This is gonna be epic. This is something that we haven't done before. We're gonna have a cash game that is 30,000 euro buy-in with some notable people. We got Jungle Man for you. We have Patrik and Tony as the man himself, and Zygmunt. Should be really fun. Should be action. Ilari Sahamies.
What a statement to start with 50.
Crazy, man.
Chip leader.
Not for too long.
Which box? Yeah, what's going on?
Alright, so we're gonna be playing some PLO. 100, 100.
Yeah, because this is empty. Yeah.
Great game.
Daniel Cade.
Does the anti count to pot?
Here we see Rahul Baruji.
I've never played.
We should round it to 400.
After flop was this count. After flop.
And Tony's here in the big blind. It is PLO.
Yeah, that's better.
Yo, we'll get.
Wow. First
Are you
time.
jumping?
You have to vote. You have to show.
And Tony gets rid of the Jack 5-3 deuce.
We're gonna order. Let's order drinks for everyone.
Drinks? That's a good start.
Can we have some drink, a beer? Okay.
We need to get the pros to have a few shots.
Okay.
Do I look like a
Surrounding me.
It's euros, not dollars. Yeah, I know. I didn't say dollar.
Drinks for downstairs. From downstairs. You cannot only come here. Then I'll just take vodka.
Oh, this is nice. This is gonna be fun to watch.
He does. It's always a race.
So that's Gaina Devout.
Can we square? I think it's me. Can we square a little? Patrik has big shoulders.
He's gonna raise it up to 300 euros.
I'm gonna use this and very big shoulders.
Yeah.
So I'm playing 30,000, right?
It's relatively easy for me to tweak the sound, so let me know
That's what they gave
how it is for you.
So far, Rose.
Playing tight.
That's how you crouch straight, right?
Yeah, exactly, Ben Martin. Alright, so we see a Jungle Man calling in position. He has the ace queen 9-6 with a not suited ace. Very nice to play in position. Yeah, the problem is if I turn the sound up much. If I turn the sound up much, you will hear the chips much louder as well. Because I would have to turn the sound up much more to get it done.
That's 400.
So, top and bottom pair for a Jungle Man. The interesting thing here is that the Wild has the blockers to the straight.
Who takes vodka?
Everybody else, but we
You can
need to
take
read
another
some
10
fine.
just in case.
We need to read some fine shit.
Just bring shot for everyone. Drink or not.
Yeah, you can
I
leave
want to start with shots. Huh?
table next to.
So we take two.
It's like a self-service. You can go.
Oh, that beer looks nice.
So spicy.
This one.
Just spicy. Alright. Show the block. Show the block.
I gave you more chips so you could just like
This is really cool.
give some action.
The Wild actually check raised the flop with the blockers.
Just give me those chips.
Got rid of Jungle Man.
Check raise. But you saw but I am dire need of two things. I need a sushi and a massage. I bet high maintenance poker. I like double roll.
Okay.
Did we not do shots because we're actually smart people?
Is that what you're saying? Yeah. I had a bullshit draw player.
So here we see Bustoville, Joni Yukimainen.
Hey, Patrick. Can anyone hear
Also cool, man.
You're gonna make what are you gonna make vodka shot or something?
Oh,
Make it cold, like shake
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I just told.
Will there be Hold'em? There might be Hold'em tomorrow or later.
I'll send.
on Instagram? Put a link on Instagram or something. I'm gonna make a story.
Okay.
You can just. I can send it to you.
You can make a story.
Instagram's about.
I don't know anything about this thing. You gotta ask.
I mean,
There's some media guys, they know.
Dan. Like,
Right, so
Wanna have this or?
Yeah, sure.
Biraju is not going to be too pleased. It's really hard to play this with just 10. Antonius is in pretty good shape. Biraju is going to bet for some protection here, bets 1,000. Antonius going to come along. He has the best hands. He's really going to be looking still to improve to a straight or trips though.
Easy game.
Only Twitch you can watch it out.
Antonius puts some pressure on the turn, gets it done.
Johnny, Twitch, yeah. Only Twitch.
As you can see, minimum buy-in is 30k. Biraj,
Stuff as well, right?
Yes, Twitch. And everything. The guy's Mr. Social Media.
so the white chips are 1,000, the yellow ones are 500, and the black ones are 100. So white is 1,000. Man, it's good to see Ilari in a TV game again. In Oma, you have to use 2 cards from your hand. What if the board runs out 4 fours? If you have a pair, you have a full house.
PAPC.
What?
The first line of poker. And PAPC. They bet.
Alright, I was take on PAPC too.
First, I don't know if he's following.
Tony's there with a pretty reasonable rundown from late position. That's a really strong hand here from the Wout, but he's insanely deep,
I don't know. Like,
out of position.
don't count the.
But the hand plays so well post flop, he is gonna re-raise it. Actually, I have to say the beer looks really good indeed. This is a pretty good flop here for the Wout. He has 4 outs to the nuts. He has top and bottom pair.
How do you like when it starts?
He bets 2k.
6 first card. 4, 5, 7.
That is a pretty sick window card there for Antonius.
A lot of incredible turn cards.
Yes, Jenna, man.
3,
The guy never loses
8,
a hand.
9.
I offered you a good deal in
Why don't you do something like that?
You almost made the same.
Tight player.
Patrick, you're collecting rake?
Huh?
You're collecting rake, Patrick?
Not me. You think everybody asks me? I'm just a player, man.
You are not just a player.
I don't decide
Why are you putting
anything.
him on the spot?
It's the
Your
Patrick
name is
Antonius Poker Challenge.
Yeah. Maybe I'm gonna decide in the future. I don't wanna decide. I don't wanna.
So I think it's good to see like a hand like King, Queen, 10-3, Rainbow gets folded. It's really hard to play rainbow hands like that. The 3 doesn't do anything for you either.
We do run it twice
It's,
or once, or can we do like whatever we?
something you see home players do differently.
You can.
How long will the stream be? At least 8 hours, I believe. Alright, so that's a wrap for Antonius and a lower wrap for Davao.
There are no cards for everyone. It needs to be the second card.
Penalty for
Stop
not playing
complaining.
a hand.
The rules were simple.
I checked.
Sorry.
250 plus the tip. 300.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay.
So Antonius here from early position. He's gonna check call.
Oh, true, yeah.
How does it feel?
Yeah, that's true.
That's a pretty reassuring card for him. There's gonna be some kings and queens that are gonna stab that flop. Davao pretty worried here. Decides to just take a showdown. Neither player gets there.
We have like a
Antonius is
1 to
gonna have to
7,
bluff catch here.
and then if it's 8, it goes, you know, the
Yeah, it's very hard for Davao to represent an 8 after checking the turn.
pays with 7.
You don't wanna
That's
show?
it. He pays with
First to show. It must be the same. I'm gonna call it right.
Man, you say you let me spend that long on a river? Yes, I'm going.
Hello, my babies. I am Joe Stapleton coming to you live from the Olympic Park Casino in Tallinn, Estonia for the Patrik Antonius Poker Challenge. That's him right there. Brought to you by the first land of poker, new poker social media app. We'll tell you guys about that later. For now, Patrik, tell us about this juicy cash game we're about to watch.
Yeah, it's our first streamed cash game in our first event. Nothing special, just normal pot limit Omaha today with 7 players.
When I say normal, what stakes is normal?
Stakes are today 100 blinds with 200 ante, so it's a little bit maybe different than normal. I think it plays nicely. I played many games. Nowadays, these big bet games like pot limit or no limit games where there's ante, which is even bigger than the big blind. It just makes you play a little bit more hands. If you're a very tight player, it's worse for you. But
Are there any tight players in the game today?
you know, we can all play loose, we can all play tight, but I think today is gonna be a lot of battling, a lot of gambling. We're gonna maybe start to drink a little bit, and but yeah, there's a lot of sickness in this game, and a couple of new players that nobody has maybe seen on TV, which is always interesting, and hopefully they're gonna open up a little bit about themselves in the interview, so you get to know them a little bit better. And yeah, I mean, there's not so much televised poker, and you know, I haven't been even playing these kind of TV games for a long time, so it's nice for me.
You're bringing it back.
Yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen today. I hope everybody's gonna enjoy. We're just trying to enjoy. This is what it's all about. You play big games, which makes it exciting, but same times make it poker a little bit better. I don't know what else to say right now.
All right, we're going to let Patrik get in there, get the game going, make poker fun again, maybe get some drinking going. It's 100 with a 200 ante, big high stakes PLO coming at you. Kane Callis in the booth. Take it away, buddy.
Shots fired, or what? Alright, so that was Patrik. As you can see, you know, they have the new exciting announcement of the Flop app, which you can see there in the back as well. First land of poker, if you look that up in your Google Play or iPhone store, just was released 2 days ago. It's the beta, so it's going to get improved over and over every day. We're going to wait till we get some drinking going, and I'm sure we'll see some big pots. Pot limit Oma is absolutely crazy. If you play it the right way, everybody plays very aggressive, and this table is full of like insane aggression, so it should be good. It's also good to just see Patrik just out there, you know, on camera doing stuff. He's been very active on Instagram as well, posting a lot on social media. It's really good to see him kind of going towards the forefront. See again at the Devout, definitely putting on some pressure here. He's re-raising Ilari in the two loosest positions in the game, the cutoff and the button. Double suited Queen 10-9 deuce is really nice to have initiative. Even though he flops at 10, he's not going to be too excited about this board, but the 10 is better than nothing. But you're really looking for like, you know, Jack 9 high flop, Jack 8, you know, those sort of things. Even Queen 8, you know, Queen 8x. Ilori actually have a massive hand here. His overpair, he blocks aces with the ace. Now it's very interesting. If you have an ace in your hand, the chance that your opponent has aces actually gets cut in half. So we see a Devout here betting for protection and pretty much just to get folds as well. Ilori not going to go anywhere, as we can see. And this is really good to see. So he bets 2,400. Ilori with a quick call. I love the pace of play, by the way. This is incredible. We already have 10k in the pot, so this is our biggest pot so far. And the board runs out blank. And now we have to see what Devout's plans are here. I can't imagine he's betting the turn for value. It's really hard.
It's a little
to get called. He gives up. Hillary is gonna take it down with the kings.
No forbet?
This is a nice hand.
Teasing him why he didn't 4-bet.
In Sweden, we sell our house and put all in sand.
This is the new boy, Sigmund.
And
Yeah, let's do it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh,
Cheers, guys.
Scandinavian.
is this real vodka? Yeah.
Maybe, maybe not.
Okay. Cheers.
oh my god, vodka shots, get me the fuck out.
I don't like alcohol. I don't drink.
That had a nice kick. What? This vodka is that? It's not so smooth.
It wasn't Belvane.
They don't have Smirnoff or...
Did the shot help?
It's not that's the worst
Sweet
one.
coffee.
They have that alcohol. It's not the Guys, cut. I played 90% of the hands. Now I have to play more tight.
I think it's the vodka.
Now it's super. I need to eat.
Yeah. It made me call.
Right, so we have queens, aces, ace, king, and a nice rundown there. The rundown actually flops a straight here. Rinanen with the nuts. Also the nut redraw, so if a 7 or an 8 comes off, he actually has a draw to a better straight even. Absolutely massive flop for him. Nobody has clubs. Very unlikely. He is gonna get 3 quick folds though. Takes it down there. The Yuki Menon is a tough one. He really is. Yeah. Has some really good tournament results. Excellent at No Limit Hold'em. PLO, we see him here to the left of Patrik Antonius.
What's the link? Just link it bio.
Yeah, I mean,
Twitch link.
you need to have like a verified account to put links in the story.
Oh, you need big time.
Is that?
Really?
Yeah. Normal people can't do links in the
Normal people.
in the story. I need to be. I think you can, but the rest of us can't.
Why would they block that thing? That's
I don't know why. I don't know if you can though. Like,
Not verified in
you need to have, like,
2019
verified
rules.
account.
how did you get a verified account?
If you're a celebrity or something.
I send them an email that I'm a real job.
Yeah, I mean, I think Patrik is the only one who can do
I
it.
think there might have been a straddle. Because we see a 3-bet here.
Do the links, so.
Yes, has to be. Samius makes it 800.
Get you a verified account on the first line of poker.
Gets 3-bet by Biraju with aces. Double suited aces.
I mean, it's 3,000, right?
Download it, yeah.
I didn't realize you raised the poker. Oh, good, man.
Wow, we have double suited aces against double suited kings. Kings and queens to be exact.
It's gonna be more practical usually. You know, it's not like you're gonna just
Oh, this is a pretty random board.
talk. It's more like connecting people, creating games together, fighting all the
So the white chips are 1,000
all
each.
kind of social
I
tools.
don't think that Hillary is gonna go anywhere for this bet.
More interactive and we're gonna enhance a lot of new features the application. This is just
It's wrong to 4 outs.
beta one.
Still has 17%.
You can post all the sick stuff there about gambling that you cannot do on the normal social media. You can do all those sick things you do.
It's gonna call along. The 6 is an interesting card. I think that Hillary's biggest concern here is that his opponent has ace-3 in some combination. Hirayu actually blocks the straight combinations with his 6s. He's gonna go into bluff catching mode.
I don't know if we all have to take it.
Alright, so we've seen bear. And now we see toasties.
Whatever it takes.
I mean, fuck the salad.
Yeah, we have to. It's gonna be a lot of drinking in the next couple of days.
Yesterday was Good warm up.
Now we see a check going through. River's a jack, not changes much. Now we see how good of a handle Barragio is going to have on the situation. He's actually going to value bet really nice.
But I'm ready for another shot right
Looks like he has 4,500 there. So again, a pot already up to 10k and counting. 3.5k it is.
Your profile's not verified.
And he's gonna get snap called.
Profile's not verified.
Sees the bad news. Really well played there by Barragio.
I'm not a celebrity.
From the small blind, it's really hard to play aces out of position this deep in a PLO game. Board is so dynamic, and we see a 17,000 euro pot going the way of Barragio.
Put link in the story. I need to put it in the bio, you know.
He bought in for 50k. I'm very excited to see him play.
So people are gonna go to my.
How do I put the link in my bio?
Go to the.
That's how you value that in India.
Basic, right?
Twitch.com.
One pair.
No, it should be fine. In a minute.
Why are you not at the table? This is a table I would stay very far away from. These guys are absolute PLO animals. Somebody asked earlier who I think is the best player. These players are so good. I'm not good enough to even say who's the best player at this table. These are some legends here. I mean, Zygmunt and Patrik is just incredible PLO resumes.
I raise the pots. Whatever it is. 1,000. 1K.
I'm not gonna call more than 1k.
Okay. 1K.
No, 1k is fine. 1k.
So Patrik defends here with a double suited ace. He's actually 3-betting. Wow, nice.
They said we could.
He flops the gotcha to the nuts.
Salmon nigiri, avocado. I want an avocado roll. And what was that other roll?
Never played with you, Patrick.
Vegetarian or
Same here, no?
You're bullying me. Bullying me.
What? Bullying?
Can I have 4 salmon?
Yeah, now I did definitely bully you.
Oh my god.
So you don't really want to stick around middle pair to try and make 2 pair.
Just take a little race and see like how much up. A little bit, does he have it? Not so bad, but I like it.
Only one chip has gone out of his stack, which is for like the time, but chips are not moving.
I need to be a touch sometimes, but not that.
The Veldhuis is a regular at these PLO games. He's played some high-stakes PLO online as well.
I've only played one hand, it was double for days.
Judging from his last few hands, he really seems to know what hands to pick. Now we see Yuki Mainen with the aces. He's on the button.
Oh, yeah. Very good.
400. Antonius coming along with
Double suited.
pretty marginal rundown from the small blind. Sami's has a pretty good hand in the big blind here. Out of position, you really want to avoid having danglers in your hand, especially. A deuce would be a dangler here. It doesn't really do much for your hand. We see Yuki Mine in here with top set. Sami has with a gut shot and a weakish flush draw. This actually gives Sahamias a lot more outs. He can now hit a jack for the nut straight, as well as a 7, and he can hit a spade. The diamond is good as well. He might not always assume a diamond is good, but he's definitely going to assume a spade is good most of the time. And Yuki Mine, in the meantime, is just really happy with his hands here. He's going to bet close to pot. 3.2k, so many draws on boards, doesn't have any of them, just has his top set,
Should be post flop. Yeah, pre-flop it does.
which at the moment is the nuts. It's funny too, just playing high stakes PLO, people swapping phones.
Mainly for transfer of money.
It shows kind of the atmosphere here, everybody's very relaxed. Zygmunt's not bothered. As we can see here, he has 58% against the nuts. And we're gonna have our first pot and all in. Oh my god, just like that, guys. That is crazy. Sahami's actually a favorite here. The spot is gonna be 60k or more.
What happened on the turn?
Check pots.
One time. Gentlemen, one time.
55,000 euro pot. Both players getting in close to 300 big blinds. Yukimainen has a lot to fade here. Top set good so far. And it stays good. Looks like they're running it twice. And that one is for Hillary.
One time.
Alright, so it seems like they ran it twice. Both players getting half the pot there. Thing that you see in almost all the high stakes cash games, people running it more than once. What a draw there for Hillary. Alright then, so first 55,000 euro pot in the bag. These guys are not shying away from a fight.
Nobody knew it was him.
Hillary really putting a lot of pressure there on the ace-8, ace-6 hand. So the people that are not used to this, as soon as all the money goes in high stakes cash games, you can even do this online. People will run it more than once to take some of the insane variance out. Doesn't happen often that you're just coin flipping 300 big blinds. So if they run it twice, you run it once for the first half of the pot and then again for the second half of the pot. You can even run it 3 times. There have been people who run it 4 times. Then the pot gets divided in quarters.
Me viemään sit chipit ja sit mä perään 2 pöytää. Sähkö juoksee pöydästä toiseen.
I raise it, whatever it is. How much? 7 or 6 or 8?
800 is what? Raise 800, 7.
So we
I think Ziggy has the best seat on the table.
The bottom here.
Patrik potting it here from the button. And there we have the straddle from Rinanen. 1-8 is dead. There it is though. So both players flop a straight draw. Rinanen with the set to boot, so Patrik's gonna need a lot of catching up to do to win the spot, but most likely he can only chop it. This is a board that a set is not gonna be too comfortable on, of course. PLO is very easy to make straights. There it is, he locks it up. Both players check. We're gonna let it go. 4K bet, really trying to get a hero call there. Jungleman in the zone. Love seeing these guys in these TV games.
That game was like 400, 800, euros. Excess.
400, sorry.
And the game I played was 550.
400 what?
The game we played was
Everybody's supposed to have
Alright, so we see a jungleman here raising it with the ace, king, jack 10. Suited to the king.
Whenever people go to interview.
Antonius, Zygmunt call in position on him. Rinanen defends the big blind with a random hand. Flops 2 pair, Antonius with top 2 pair. And And Tony's also with the nut flush draw, so a really strong board for him. Samias with the jack high flush draw. He does block a straight with the 7, but he also has 3 spades in his hand, and it's only jack high. And very correctly gets out of the way. Really like that fold. Renan tried to pick up the pot there, leading from the big blind. Neither player is gonna like to start.
You're talking to a robot.
200 ante is paid from the big blind every hand to speed up the game. Much larger than what you normally see for an ante, so it should induce a lot of action.
I'd try my best.
Tony's gonna bet 5,000.
Upset now.
Really nice summer bluff by him there. Did not want to check through his 2 pair. He's gonna end up in a lot of situations on the river if he does not improve. He's gonna have to fold his 2 pair. Likes to keep initiative so he could barrel the river if he needs to. Yuki Minen raising here with really strong kings. King, king, 10, 9. It's nice too because even the king 9 can make a straight much stronger than king, king, 10, 8 for instance. He flops trips. Jungle Man doesn't have much of a hand, but he has a range advantage. The big blind much more likely to have a 9 here than Yuki Minen, so it might trigger him to make some aggressive plays sometimes. And it looks like he did raise, so he's gonna take this opportunity. 1,000 he makes it. Really targeting over pairs and flush draws. Like I said, the big blind just has so many more hands that they would defend that have a 9 in it. If you compare it to how many players would raise something with a 9 in it from under the gun +1. Flush draw doesn't get there. This is actually in Jungle Man's advantage here. He could check raise combinations that contain 7-8.
Bro, I was gonna say, if you didn't win, good job.
Thank you.
Good luck, boys. Have fun.
Button against Kato. Was it 2019?
Just give up though. Always the option to get massages in poker tables. You sit at the table for a long time. Here we see the chips so far. So Viraju 55k is up a little bit. He did buy in for 50k. So we've seen a 55k pot. He got chopped. Yuki Minen there winning a little bit as well.
Thank you.
One round of straddle.
Alright, so it looks like we have 1 round of straddle. So we're playing 100, 100, 200 now with 200 ante on the big blind.
Good for the game.
Sir?
Ilariktiin.
6-7 is
I think there's 3 guys I've never played before.
6-9 pots.
Looks like Zygmunt made it 800.
I think
Gets a few folds.
Rahul and
And Tony is there on the straddle with a monster. It's rainbow though, keep that in mind. Makes the hand a lot less playable.
check. Check to the brother.
Sahami is with a low flush draw. He has a gut shot to the nuts.
Stop.
He's timed out. No.
I might go to
Patrik and Zygmunt, good friends. Have always been.
a week after I go back to India. Like there's some
There's an unlimited amount of insanely good Finnish PLO players. Seems like they teach it in school there or something. As you can see, we're only 20 hands in.
I only played with the one smash. I played with him.
Reading on in here. Open up the action.
Trying to look like you. He's trying to look like you. Dressed like you. He's a legend.
Jungle Man with a strong pair of aces. A lot of these hands depend on how good your backup is. How good are your extra 2 cards? Him having 10-9 here can give him a lot of board coverage. I really like this fold here from Renan.
It's actually kind of an honor and a pleasure to be sitting here with you, Hillary. You
Sorry.
don't give a ton of interviews. What brought you here to Estonia? How did they get you?
Patrik is very good friend of mine, and he's very nice guy. So of course I come because it's Patrik's week.
Patrik kind of wants to bring things back to like the old days, the glory days of poker. What about you?
Yeah, I feel same.
What do you miss the most about those days?
Those days about money. I don't have it anymore, but still some left.
You got a little bit left.
Yeah, I still have some left.
You were gonna win some more tonight?
Yeah, I will.
What about the drinking? Are we gonna get involved in some drinking? I heard maybe that you had retired from the drinking scene.
No. I will go totally crazy tonight.
Totally crazy?
Totally fucking crazy.
You wanna go get a drink with me right now?
Sure.
Totally fucking crazy. Sigmund's such a legend. Alright, so we see Jungle Man opening it up here. Pair of 10s, suited ace. He has a legendary, Zygmunt has a legendary picture where he's like giving the camera his middle fingers while a police officer in New York is doing the same thing. It's very good picture on 2+2 back in the day. If you're looking for the flop app, look for First Land of Poker in iTunes or Google Play.
Somebody check on the vodka I already saw.
People commenting I should put the chip. What is wrong? Maybe, next to Patrik, I feel very,
So wait, you are
respect that booty.
What kind of pro are you?
What's up?
Tim-Mac, thank you for the resale, buddy.
You're like a live game pro, a home game pro.
I'm
Party pro.
okay. Maybe like 60 online, 40 live.
Tony's here, pretty reasonable queens. Jungleman with trips in his hand. One of the ugliest hands you can have. In PLO, you only get to use 2 cards from your hand, or you have to use 2 cards from your hand and 3 from the board, so that just gives you a pair of deuces.
If you look at the book, I think I didn't have
Okay, now I know. I was 18 when I made my nickname.
Yikes. So see, Antonio's considering this. Now, in situations like this, what you're looking for is like, how big the chance do I have to win the pot, obviously, but also, what good hands do I block? So, that's 7. In Antonius' hand, you see that he is actually betting with it, because he blocks the nut straight. Javal takes it a step further, just raises it in position here. With a 7 and a pair of 4s. Really awesome to see. This is just pure aggression by both players.
This was way colder.
This is much better than the first.
Okay, next one off the TV. No more people on TV.
Here, big white.
Oh man. Sit at the table with a bunch of Finns. This is what's gonna happen. If you swirl around a vodka shot in your mouth, you're such an absolute champion.
But I guess.
Alright, service again. Biraju with 54,000. Jungleman down a little bit. No no blood drawn yet truly on somebody. We're very close. Hillary check raise the turn with a big draw earlier against the set of aces of Bustoville. Mr. Yoni Yukimainen.
That's like Zygmunt 2009.
I see actually your program.
It used to be like that. Nowadays only check call.
What happened with the Durs challenge?
The aggro raiser, we see ace 866 with a suit. I have to play this when it's not suited. Ace high suit's very essential in PLO.
I remember, you know, you win was up a lot and then he win.
No, it runs when like
the question is
person comes around. Or if like certain things happen. Yeah, one particular person. Like it's not that big.
What were the rules like to play Kevin? I don't remember. Yeah. Aces flat, call. Never 3-bet with aces.
I only 3-bet with aces.
Ace high boards. Nobody has a flush draw. Renan is playing his pairs. Everything is super aggro. When he flops 2-pair. Here too.
Did you have aces?
There's one of those spots where he just fires once. Samias wants to know if he had aces because he slow played his very strong kings there. Doesn't seem like Patrik Antonio's ages indeed.
Should not have saved it.
Two mistakes is too many.
Like, teammate is like kind of weird. My teammate might be fine when I open like that.
So, cool there. We see a limp with a really strong rundown. 10-9-7-6. Hurts a little bit that there's a hole in the middle. But it's much better still than a hand like 10-8-7-6. You're just gonna flop a little bit more nut straight draws this way. Tony's gonna raise it on the button. Double suited queen high hand with a rundown in it. Let's see a flop between these, so it could get interesting. Some boards that are good for one could give draws to the other, but Biraju here really out flopping Antonius.
Saying things loud, doing stupid things on TV is dumb. This is not reality TV of some sort. It's a reality version of poker.
Yeah.
See, so you need to drink more shots so you can be louder to show people what poker is really like.
You had a full? Nope. But you beat?
Yeah. A pair of eights.
Bully.
It's really hard board to battle on for Patrik.
Now you fight directly. It's very healthy actually. The shot is the most healthy drink you can drink actually, without sugar.
Double suited, double paired hands are really strong. You generally want to play cards above a 5 in Omaha because they can make more nuts. Also, cards below a 5 require more aces, and people usually block those a lot in big pots. But double suited, double paired hands are very strong.
I'm not used to it. I didn't eat though.
What did you order?
Pizza.
Pizza?
Thank you, John.
Energy. Everything is so complicated to eat. You don't have a dinner table to eat? You don't have anything? Sushi, they can bring from downstairs.
Looks like we're gonna see a limp pot.
Come on,
He's gonna play tomorrow here.
He should win.
Yeah.
Yeah, get that guy in the game.
You can introduce yourself to the camera. You're coming tomorrow. So me? Check it.
Pepe, tuu käymään. Tuu kertoo nyt. Tuu antaa sitä.
Alright, so Serena on in here checking top pair. Top pair and a gut shot. All the fours are gone from the deck. Jungleman is gonna actually go for it with gut shot to the worst possible. Oh, excuse me. We're on the turn. It's a slight delay there. So we see Jungleman there betting with a 9 in his hand. He blocks the straight. No bets on the flop. He figured people would have bet strong for straight draws, pair plus gut shots, that sort of hands. Jungleman here operating from a straddle. I absolutely love this bet. So his 2-pair could be counterfeited. Jungleman is pretty much representing a straight. The board pairs, so Renan does not want to lose to a 6-4 here. And takes control of the pot. It's really smart there to turn your hand into a blocker play to represent a full house. Tomorrow we are playing again. It's a long ways away till the end of the episode tonight, but tomorrow they're also set to be starting sooner, so I hope to be online at around 1 in the afternoon CET. And Tony's here with aces. Pretty bad aces. Ace 9-5. Rainbow. Gets 3 calls. At this point you just want to see an ace. Or deuce 3-4 of course, but so we see a flush draw for Devout and Sahamias and for a Jungleman. So 3 people with a flush draw. Now Antonius has the ace of clubs. When you're this deep, mainly the reason why Antonius is betting this is because he's blocking middle set and he's blocking 2-pair hands with the 9, which is important. But he has the ace of clubs. There's a very big chance that if a club hits, he's going to go all the way trying to represent a flush. It's very easy to have flushes in Omaha. Turn is an 8, so it's an absolute brick here. Now, both players check that one. 6 on the river. Devout has ace high. He's gonna have to bet to get folds here or to win the pot. Yeah. Shows him the jack deuce.
Oh, we all know those.
This is a double flush draw, I think. So starting things off here. 200 to call. We're playing 100, 100, 200 with a 200 ante. That is in euro.
Remember one big hand. Actually, you included. You might remember it, but I'm talking.
Really nice hand there for Sahamias. Queens with good backup. Queen, queen, 6-5, double suited. Makes it 800.
Yeah, okay. And good to see you, Rob.
I don't think it matters. You sort of hide yourself.
We see Yuki Minen here with a strong hand from the big blind as well. Kings with a suit, king, king, queen. And Tony's gonna call with low cards. Unlikely that his opponents have some of those. Everybody's gonna hate this flop. Yuki Minen actually fills up here. It's a boat, and there's a very sizable bet in there from Zygmunt.
Where are you from, son?
What you got?
Finland.
Romero.
So Yukimainen is trying to decide now how often would Zygmunt slow play a jack and then bet it. Can I raise here? Do I need to keep him bluffing? And he does raise.
That's a bluff. I keep one card.
An insta fold. No Hollywooding here.
I just see those three.
Gets rid of it immediately.
One.
I hope you guys are enjoying the action. As you can see, we're here. We're in. I'm in Netherlands. I'm where I'm normally streaming from. It's really cool. I'm just commentating on the signal feed, and really cool that they're doing it this way.
That was bluff. I don't think he falls that fast. Bluff?
Some of the first content that we see it distributed this way. We have a railer. Cool that they're very chill about that.
Voidaan Elulle koodi. Mitä se Joffilla oli siihen, kun se painoi?
Mitä sulla on? Kyllä voit sanoa.
Ei pysty. Myöhemmin.
So these guys are playing in the Olympic Casino in Tallinn, Estonia.
Okay.
Playing the Patrik and Tony's Poker Challenge.
He's like,
Stay like 500,000 just press. You take it back in tomorrow in some game.
Just watch you guys poker round.
7,200.
Oh wow, was that Phil Walbeck? Thanks, Jess. I didn't see that. We actually just see Hillary fold the third nuts, just like that. That was pretty incredible. Oh, this is Phil Walbeck. Oh my god, that's good to see. Absolute beast of a player himself.
I cannot get you into it.
En mäkään tiedä, mitä sulla on.
Meidän on vähän enemmän kuin Patehalli.
Ei sillä mitään väliä, mitä mulla oli. Jos mulla oli
Voit kyllä suuta, kun mä toin ohi, toi ei näistä vasta liimaa. Mä sanoin, että oli ihan rauha, sen takia toi oli ihan sama.
Yeah, no more any games in casino.
Jos kippaa jätkää tuonne. Ehkä. Streamerit.
Yukimainen here again with kings. Big pairs have been reasonably working out for him so far. And he had a 55k pot all in against Zygmunt, where they chopped. He was a 42% dog. Really solid hands here. And Tony's in the small blind with jacks. Nobody flops trips here. The route is a really bad straight draw.
That's true.
What do you say?
I like Pauli when yesterday high roller.
Yeah.
I think you too like when Pauli did high roller. I think, I'm not sure, but I think.
It's a friend of mine, so I liked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Antoni's actually gonna bet here. The nice thing about Antoni's hand is that he blocks Jack 9. So he blocks the nuts. Could be good sometimes. There's like all these things that play into a hand of why it could be a bet. A lot of sometimes some things. Yukimainen doesn't want to get exploited too hard. Plus he has the king 3 of hearts. There's an ace. Pretty interesting. I think Antonius is gonna expect Yukimainen to hit that some of the times. He's gonna have some aces. He's gonna have some nut flush draws as well. Alright, so you can mind and take that one down. Wins a little bit more. He's doing very well. He's up 7,000 euros. It's really interesting to see and learn along how these guys play these hands. Some incredible PLO talent at this table. As well as mixed games as well. Renan in here, XD89 LOL, less than 3. Gotta give the love from our channel. Mixed game and PLO player. It's kind of sick actually to just think how many good PLO players there are from Finland. Maybe think about guys like Broom as well. Boss.
He's not too social. He's like more to himself kind of guy. Alright guys, you see this, right?
How much money?
I'm gonna try and catch the next interview on time for you guys so you don't go deaf. I think we've sorted it out. With the delay, we have to wait a bit. Biraju here now, very cool. Oh wow, Biraju here with the aces limps as he did earlier with the rundown. Yukimainen actually not even tempted. Oh, he does raise. Okay, I was gonna say. I thought he limped behind. King Jack 10-9 double suited, one of the stronger hands in PLO.
Awesome.
And he is just gonna flat along. He doesn't want to limp raise. If he pots here, he's gonna. Oh wow, he's gonna make it 3K. And that's really tough to play that out of position.
Hell flush draw.
So it looks like Biraju led here.
My heart is broken. My heart is broken. This hand. Can I show the Patrik? I can show the Patrik.
Heart is broken. Kings and queens double suited.
He has top set. He leads 1,000.
I can tell later. Yeah.
Doesn't want it to get checked through.
After the hand, actually.
Maybe entice people to raise.
You hell flush. Oh, I'm scared you all bigger.
No, then it's gonna call.
Very good.
My best memory, he had a hand like 6-6, 3 deuce. Turn is a 7.
What are you doing after nuts? Huh?
That's 4,000. Good call. Could be that Renan on led the turn. Not entirely sure.
Most likely gonna fold, like just making sure.
I really like the way Renan plays. He was in the big blind. He did a big blind with a straddle, so he is gonna have a lot of the straights on board. From his body language, I think that he's facing a raise. A bet. Excuse me. Jesus. And pretty sure that Renan had sixes in his hand, so he's going for a blocker play. Very common that people have straights. There we go, 6-6-3 deuce. He's betting 8,000. So the board was ace 4-3, turn is 7. So the flop, Viraju actually bet 1,000. And then Rinanen leads at 4K. This is just an example of how incredibly tough aggressive PLO players are. You can put people in some really tough spots, even when they hold top set, just by using position versus the board run out, taking over control when the straight gets there. I'm gonna turn the sound down a little bit because I know that you're gonna have an interview after this hand. I don't want you guys to go deaf, so don't turn up your sound just yet. 5-6 or 5 deuce, and he is on the straddle, so he's the most likely player at the table to have one of those combinations. Oh, he's gonna get the job done. He makes top set fold. What an incredible bluff there by Rinanen. Just shows you how well he represented that hand.
In 30 minutes, you know.
What a move. What a bluff.
All right, guys, you on Twitch requested it. Here I am sitting down with Raul. Raul, folks just want to know a little bit more about you. Give me 3 facts about yourself.
3 facts. Okay. Well, I'm here to play.
Singer.
No, I'm bad at singing, but I'm here to play, and I'm from India, and yeah, ask me more specific.
Okay, fine. How long have you been playing poker for?
A few years, on and off.
Are you a professional poker player?
Not at all.
Do you have a profession?
Yes.
Can you tell us what it is?
Yes, it's in India, family business.
A family business. Your business is having a family.
Yes, into real estate and mobile gaming.
Mobile gaming. What's your best game?
Still haven't launched, just started a company.
I love games. I want to. Can I be a beta tester for the game?
Yes, of course.
And I think that you were just in the middle of like a pretty difficult decision there. Was that a tough laydown for you to make?
Yeah, looked tough, but have to lay down hands sometimes. Yeah.
Do you want to know if you were right or not?
I think I was right.
I have no idea. I won't know for 30 minutes. Hey, Raul, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
All right, so good to know some background on Raul. So he says he's definitely not a professional poker player. Just enjoys the game. Jump straight into the middle of a hand here.
Make sure. Alright, I guess I call. Yeah.
Wow, that looks like a boat. Looks like a boat. So Devout, they're taking a little bit off jungle. Jungle with a lower boat. Impressive pot size there. Kept the pot pretty small. Out here. Strong hand. 9s and 8s.
I took a standing instead.
Raised to 800. Very nice hand. You can call any 3-bet.
I can't raise. You know what? Just because you said I'm a pussy. Just because you said I'm a pussy.
Okay, fair enough.
That's the only
You're welcome, Tina.
You raised? What happened?
Yes.
No, I made triangle.
Your son made an assist there.
Like,
Yeah, he was calling him a pussy and now he treats you.
seriously, was I?
We have 2 people with King 10-7 here. Ryan, Biraju, and Jungle Man. And this is an amazing spot for Devout, possibly.
Oh la la.
Boom.
You're welcome, Tina.
Game is on.
Thank you.
Game is on.
We're gonna see a very interesting spot here. So, Jungleman's best bet is to hit spades.
I have nothing.
You have nothing?
I have one pair. Nine.
You have nines? I have the kings. How many times do you want to run? I got a king and some blockers. Twice?
It looks like a lot of money went in. I don't exactly know what's going on.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god, I have the exact same.
Okay, I got the 10 and the 7. Who's your favorite?
So we have 4-bet from the Wout. Jungleman went all in. Biraju folded. He got out of the way. And I'm assuming that the 62% doesn't count the fact that Jungleman's kings are dead. You see Deuce 4 Queen on the flop. This is an all-in. This is an all-in pre-flop. 44k. There's an 8.
Yes.
So that's the first...
Easy board. Boards. Two boards.
2 boards. So that's the first run. So they're gonna do a full new board. Oh! What a first card.
Thank you. Set again.
Oh, double gutter.
Whoa.
Double gutter.
Double gutter there for
8 us.
Now normally. Now turn river. Turn.
jungle.
We got king 6 up.
River.
No hearts for anybody. Oh, he gets the queen.
No.
Wow, 1 card away there from losing a massive pot there, Jungleman.
The game needs somebody to go broke.
That was incredible. There's only 1 8 left. The queen on the first board already. No kings left. So, Jungleman dead to 4 outs there on the river. That was crazy. It just goes to show, like, how strong those double paired hands are. The Wout 4-betting pre-flop. Jungleman going for it with the kings. He must have really known something was up. These are not the greatest kings, but it's actually funny because if you have a hand like King, King, Jack 10 double suited, you're sometimes better off flat calling. Whereas if they're offsuit and you think your kings are good, it's better to just raise them because you have less playable flops.
It's 7:20.
That was crazy. That was such an explosion of action. That was quite insane.
Alright, that's fine.
Okay, guys. Cheers. Cheers.
Jungleman rip. I love how the camera's already on Jungleman.
I have no idea either.
It was like, what the fuck did I get myself into?
Yeah, vomiting. I don't think everybody
Like 9k, yes, 18. You can fold. But the thing is, if you left the board, king 10 7. So you would. Actually, he don't fold. He doesn't fold. So I think same result.
The game is definitely gonna get more fun. It's so easy to start playing way to lose in PLO. Whereas in No Limit Hold'em, it's so clear that some things are bad. In PLO, hands really start looking good.
Anti-GTO today.
Anti-GTO?
Anti-GTO.
The anti-GTO is offline.
I've been doing that.
This guy's Mr. Anti-GTO.
It is so easy to exploit.
Check it. What's this?
Now you know.
I know the truth.
Check.
So we have Jungleman here. Queen Eye flush draw on a gotcha to the nuts. Checks it.
Come on, anti-GTO.
Patrik really bumping it up here on the turn. I just love Jungleman's table mannerisms.
What's so funny, Pat?
So erratic.
No, it's you funny. It's you, nothing.
Not a good river there for Jungleman.
was obvious.
Sample,
But it was
yeah,
never. You should.
I'm gonna find out in like 12 minutes, but I wanna know.
I was bluffing.
Yeah?
Yep.
Oh wow.
I have sixes. And sixes left my hand.
You bluffed me, Patrick?
No, sixes.
I did not.
Travel.
I had a lot of stuff going on.
It's really incredible, so I like.
That was the best
need to
river
have a
card.
bluff.
Almost. Very tricky.
6-2 on vielä.
Yeah, so Ryan figures out now that he got bluffed.
Sä et osta huomenna tuohon main eventiin ilman muuta. Tähän.
Very now then.
On se hienoa, että mistä mä tuun siihen, niin
We're gonna be online for a while today.
niin mä saan
You know what? You called me a pussy.
Torille mennä kesämaan.
2 hours in.
aina.
I think we're playing for at least 5 or 6 more hours.
Eelis ottaa eikö
Man is strong.
Hyvä.
Säkin otat, se on varma vielä jolla
Elä.
Merivirta ottaa 0,5.
So Jungleman is 3-betting here to 2.8.
Meillä on, nyt on pienempi paino, sä huutelit silloin pataa ja sit vähän eri.
You have no biceps.
Sitten sellainen ottaa 0,5.
Tästä itsestä 200 taiteella.
En mä nyt tiedä, ei.
Joo, siis ei tarvitse torille mennä kesällä.
Ei jopa, että jostain syyskuussa niin olisi ihan eri tilanne. Tämä on ihan suoraan.
Ja torikausi, jos teet sen valmis, niin
I had like 10-8-6-4 has a lot of board coverage, meaning there's tons of boards that it's a very playable hand on.
puhutaan niinku parhaillaan.
You know, I may be drunk, but I'm not that
Te ottanut muutakin tänään kuin pissyä.
Belga.
1,000 euros.
Broidittiin täällä 6 lasia belga.
So interesting that Rinanen has 40%, but it's a very tough board to play on. You can't expect a 9 to always be good. Even a 6, even hitting a 6 is going to make his hand very tough to play. You can never put a lot of money in the pot. You're always going to be bluff catching. With 2 cards to come, it's just really tough. Jungleman is not going to be that excited about this board either.
How did you end up coming here? Sorry? How did you end up coming here?
That's the true blank.
Oh yeah. You met. When did you met?
Check.
Oh, how do you know Patrik?
Through another friend.
See. Yeah, I was kind of surprised when you messaged me like.
Yeah.
Ootko kala juurissa?
I was like not expecting it. Yeah, obviously.
Gonna go for full pot. I really love how even in big pots, Phil Lavalbeck just gets to sweat the hand. It shows how comfortable everybody is. Most of these guys are good friends. Really tough to play. You're most likely not good, plus you don't have that many chances to improve, and you're out of position. So
That's the first plot I want.
Came here to play and he hasn't had really excited, but it's fair for him. He's been waiting. But he has to start. Yeah, maybe 1 or 2 shots to the box and then he'll. But I think we should take another round now. It's like there's the fine line when it's gonna start to feel good.
Yeah.
And it's like a couple shots in the next 30 minutes and then you will all go out.
You just have to make sure you don't pass out on the table.
this is by far the most alcohol I've ever seen consumed at a high stakes cash game on TV.
How well do you know Chino? I've known Chino for a long time.
You know what?
That's fun playing with him yesterday in a tournament.
That explains why you owe like tens of millions to people. 8 numbers.
What?
You have been knowing Chino for a long time, and you are how to say it in English? When somebody
You owe Chino tens of millions?
no other way around.
Oh.
Chino, we have no number of a Chino. Chino is a friend.
Okay. That's awesome. But
That's right over there.
yeah, I don't mind that. He's saying, but
So Antoni's defending this from a small blinds. Really good flop for Yuki Mainen.
owning to Patrik money,
I know someone who
Tony
was
seems to be down about 6k.
8 number. That's
I
what
owe
I'm
him
saying.
money.
You do? Me and Patrick have one particular person in common that always puts money.
Over 1 unit?
At least one person.
But that's over 1 million? Or no?
Not on sports, I don't think. Huh? I sort of bet on sports. I lose taking booking people.
That's a good turn there for Antonius.
I booked people as forced and lost. Like, fucking lost. How?
Floating this out of position.
Did you just say how?
It's gonna be pretty nice when you actually improve.
I was wondering what the mutual subset was.
But little does he know,
More like
he's drawing very slim here.
I think he knows. I think Patrick knows deep down inside.
He's a queen or a king. Pull out ahead.
Maybe French. French.
I have no idea.
No, äsken maksan 3 betiä ja...
What?
He's gonna get the call.
Just I booked a couple people ahead, basically.
That is an absolute brick. So Antoni is now in bluff catching mode.
One guy I think is a punter.
And trust me, when he sees another bet from Yuki Mine, and he's not gonna be pleased. He's really hoping for a check here. So it's decision time for him.
Yeah, that one I'm not so sure about. I'm sure about the other.
Venäläisyyden koulu.
I love the casualness of the bets. It looks like 5,800. Yeah, there you go. So this is decision time now. Antonius has to try and figure out. Antonius is actually going to call from the small blind with quite some tens in his hand. You know, think about hands like Jack 10, 8, 7. You know, he called earlier with a hand like Jack 8, 6, 5. That just goes to show there's a lot of like gapped hands with a 10 in them that people would defend against the button.
Might be laced with cocaine. Whatever's in it.
Have you ever tried fasting?
Oh, grateful by Patrik.
Yeah.
Well done, gets out of the way.
Like intermittent fasting. Never feeding. 16 hours fasting. Every day.
They always have it. How is it possible? They always
Why
have it,
did
man.
you do
Three
this?
bets.
It's gonna
Does anyone block 3 bullets? No. Bet.
You shouldn't do this, no?
That would have been trade.
These guys really make me want to grab a beer. Pretty sure that's what we're gonna do later. Just sit down, enjoy the show.
Just gonna show the scores.
Yeah, we need one more run for the vodka.
I can't. One more round for vodka. That's kind of insane. I didn't know that Antonius was such a beast when it came to shots.
He's bluffing a little too much.
Yeah,
Taking
could we have a
advantage
little
of
side table with the
recreational
shots? So people can go there and have their own time?
Sanpo.
They want a shot buffet. That's what they're asking now.
Wheeler is willing to take a shot. Wheeler told he
Can we have a vodka buffet, please?
during the boat trip. Wheeler, are you drunk? Just one beer?
Wout wants to know how much he can make it. He 3-bets at 2.7k. Massive aces here. One of the best hands in PLO. Ace, ace, king, queen, double suited.
Okay, Jenna. I like to play with you. You know that.
Do 7 I push. Any pair by table I push.
Yeah, that's what I was scoring here.
On any table.
You don't have.
Well, this is an action board. The Wout here flops the nuts with the nut flush draw. But Antonius has clean outs. Antonius flops bottom set. Wout's actually gonna pretend like he has kings or aces here. There's already 6k in the pot. Antonius gonna check. What a board. That actually changes nothing. I think there's a big chance we might see a pot and an all-in, or Devout bets. This might alert Antonius. Of course, Devout's gonna have a lot of King, Queen, Jack combinations. Ace, King, Queen from the small blind. Excellent reader by Antonius. That will make his decision easier. A little bit of an action killer there for Devout. Excellent reads by Antonio so far.
You might beat some of my values though.
Yeah, that's what that was my first thought.
Yeah.
Whenever you're beating some of the value hands, you
Fold everything else, like bottom set you fold, but execute check call.
Thank you for the advice. Next time learning.
No, Antonius gets out of the way. Legit lost the minimum there.
Always have it, man.
Looks a beautiful fold.
Whoa, what a hand! What a hand!
Yeah. Oh man,
That's
every
why
PLO
we say
player
we
can
love
appreciate
it.
a nice looking hand.
Holy.
You know, you get it all if you put
Holy. What do you say?
If you have that such a hand, then you should bet it.
Patrick, you should get some flips going. You know?
Flips. These guys are absolutely fucking
30
crazy, let me
minutes,
tell you.
Everyone should put in 2K and flip.
Yeah, we should have once an hour. We should have a flip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can have a
if you guys want it.
whatever the size would be.
I mean,
Maybe
just,
start now. Maybe start
just
now.
to
One flip.
ensure players don't
One
play
flip.
too tight.
Flip for at least 2k.
Whatever, 1 or 2.
Flip for 1k.
I mean, one flip every 1 hour.
Whatever. Okay.
Let's go now.
1K.
Let's go now. I feel like flipping.
1K is good.
No. Way too
Maybe
small.
15?
I don't wanna waste
15.
time.
15 is fine.
Okay.
Alright, so 1500 flip.
One, just deal
Without
for...
the NTS?
no
cool.
anti, just...
I like where this game is going. This is actually quite insane.
Don't
Yeah, no.
move the button after this. You keep it.
Jungle is in. Is jungle in?
No.
Jungle is in.
Anybody wants to side bet?
How much you want?
I'll take a side bet.
Okay, 15. So
5K.
either one... Okay, you can go.
15. Okay, 15 with you. 15 with you. How much with you, Patrick?
Oh, you can go, you can go.
What? 15 three ways? Just Omaha.
Alright, we'll see the action now.
Hold them hands.
After.
Hold them hands.
No.
Yeah, hold them.
Omaha.
Hard to squeeze.
Hold him.
Squeeze hard.
We're not gonna do this if we take long time. If people start to squeeze and stuff, we wanna play like fast.
Yes,
We
that's
just wanna
true.
see who wins it, and
And
that's
this is way too small. Like 5k.
Okay, let's go, let's
These
go.
guys just want to see who wins 12k
I
here.
don't squeeze that fucking open my hands.
Fuck this wedding.
nice hand, but
Diamond.
bad flop, huh?
5.
I have plus.
So dead, huh?
No.
So I'm dead.
This
Three
was
good?
sick. Huh?
No, not good. I have 4 kings.
4 kings.
Yeah, that's good.
Should be good for you.
Lose everything.
So I win the
Wait.
side.
Okay, somebody flopped quads. Alright.
Yeah, Kare, why you want side for? No
My
side
guy
for.
said it.
I bet side.
Easy peasy. So it looked like 7 people put in 1500.
You know what?
So somebody wins 9k.
He had a big short table and you were away.
Just quads. So people just ask for a table full of vodka shots.
Then you should...
They want to do a flip every hour,
It's okay.
and it needs to be fast because they want to play fast.
1500.
Do you want to be
This is incredible. I'm loving where this is going.
Entire GTO.
Otetaan saapa silmälaseille.
Let's drink for the
Runebergin silmälasit.
Runebergin kadun silmälasit.
Runebergin silmälasit.
Runebergin silmälasille otetaan.
Cheers, guys.
Wait. Picture.
Oh.
Why do they swirl them around? What kind of psychos are this? What's going on? Stop. I do not do well with vodka shots. I mean, this is legitimately really fucking crazy what's going on here. We have people playing 30,000 euro buy-in poker. They're 5 shots deep. They're doing flips, and we're 2 hours and a little bit in. We're gonna be playing for 5 or 6 more hours, guys. This is gonna be a bloodbath. Wow, look at this hand. How pretty is that one?
I have nothing now. I have a round.
You can mine in here raising.
Round up.
King, Queen, Jack 10, double suited. Doesn't get nicer than that.
Whatever you have is your
Yeah, where's the camera on jungle?
Just keep
I
it.
just mind my
Don't be nitty.
I give you back 5k if you push.
This is gonna look very needy on TV, but
Buddy, please.
I don't have one. I think
No.
No, please.
anti-GTO.
Oh wow.
this is a single suit.
Look at this. The Wout now 4 betting to 10k with ace 877.
No. Okay, I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not.
I'll go with you. Whatever you say. I am not gonna. I have a nice hand. 30 minutes.
to be honest, I'm not pushing. I'm calling or folding.
No. All in.
How much you get?
Make it on. Okay.
This is insane.
Notice what I have. So I have 70.
You're living in Romania.
Plus minus nolla.
And you have budget
Broadway. High.
You have budget Bitcoin.
Not a bunch.
So Yukimine is gonna get out of the way.
I would have loved
And Tony's just gonna get the money in. And Tony's 63% favorite. The Wout is a very marginal hand, to say the least.
Eventually.
For the camera.
What do you have?
Ace, king, queen. Ace.
I have 8,000 too high. What do you want me to do?
Oh, it looks like they just flatted.
I show one card. It's ace.
And Tony's flops. He has 4 overcards in the flush draw. Percentages maybe heavily in his favor, even though the Wout flops an 8.
We have a premium hand. Premium hand.
Oh, look how pretty that is. When you look at that hand, you just can't believe it.
I'm leading. Is king high against ace high?
Se on liian iso. Mä olisin mennyt pienemmän. 5 plus 7 se voisi mennä.
Joo, totta.
I don't think I want a hand this year.
So they're getting it in
How many
on
times?
the
How many
flop.
times?
Twice.
Oh, aces. Alright, that makes a lot more sense. That actually makes a lot more sense.
Yes, I support.
I want to bet.
Wait.
Apologies on that one.
Yeah, let's go.
How much
You guys are playing so incredibly fast.
I got him.
No, you're not allowed.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
One me and you.
Well, I'll give you both 500 each. How about that?
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, deal.
Here's 500.
You already give it to me. It's bad luck. I don't need to take it. I will do
So
like
I
this.
have.
I do like this.
500 each. 500 each.
So I have Jena size.
This is my
I have
one.
Patrick's hand.
Okay, let's go.
I don't even remember what I folded.
Joo. Se metsi alkaa lämpö pikkuun. Nyt alkaa niinku oikeesti. Alkaa napsu.
No niin, let's go.
Take so much time to.
Oh, okay. Technical issues.
En mä tiedä. Mut siis mitä äijä vetä 4 shottia? Ja siis saat selvinpäin. Toi on saa.
Whose hand is this?
Kuuntelee ton niinku huoneessa.
I'm celebrating.
Mut on sit
Ihan maesta.
Mittas VPN.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
One sec.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry.
It's fine.
Let's open. Excuse me. Open.
It's too late.
Wow.
500 now? No.
What a sweat that is. And Tony's gets it twice. That's the first run. Oh my god, another insane sweat card here. Oh my god.
Welcome
Tony's
to Patrik Antonio's challenge. This guy.
Set up. Rigged.
gets it twice.
Enjoy.
Rigged, man.
You guys are so bad.
It's so rigged.
What did you have?
The Wout takes it in stride.
7, 8.
You guys are so lucky I didn't get more. I almost went 3,000.
Insane action. So that pot was close to 40,000 euros.
If I have 5, 6, 7, 8, I call.
I knew Patrick was going to win.
Anyone
I did
comes to
the
my
1,000.
PLO school, this is premium.
Would you call 7, 8, 9, 10? 7, 8, 9, 10? Raise and a 3-bet? 3-bet and a 4-bet?
He pulled it 7, 8, 9, 10. No, can you imagine?
Johnny, what do you have?
I call lower.
Can I give you an honest answer?
Sure.
Give him another shot.
Without the vodka shots I'm holding. Let the vodka
One step,
genuine honest
one step
answer.
lower, I call.
Man, this is only because you folded 7,
Yeah.
8, 9, 10. It's
Yeah.
only
You have
because
to
of
have
that.
it, yeah.
Penalty? Penalty?
Yes.
Double suit, yeah?
That's a penalty.
Double suit.
He's done now. He's ready to know, ready to go.
Then before I eat, I was get the first 2 shots kill me. Now it's when I have
So we see a jungle man limping. Small blind.
1,000.
Really strong hand here. King, queen, queen, 10. King high suited.
I'll call every now and then.
Patrik did buy in 4 times in the 25k high roller.
It could be a sign that if I'm doing too much folding, I might need to look for
I'm like so tempted to bet blind.
get respect on the table.
See the Wout there calling along. Ace 9, 3, 3. I really like him limp calling this hand.
Patrik, meillä on mitään niinku suunniteltuja taukoja mihinkään väliin.
Ei oo, koska toi striimi menee putkeen kai. Tää on käteispeli, et oman halun mukaan voi ottaa breikkiä. Ihan mitä vaan.
It's like...
Ja voi sanoa silleen, että Planetsia lähdet 15 minuuttia.
Like what?
Siis ei sun lähde mitään, jos
I honestly feel like you hour 6.
jos lähdet ennen isot lainen, niin ei sun stäkistä lähde mitään, jos sä tekee niitä.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Ihan
I actually think you hour 6. Like...
rento.
I go straight draw.
Maybe you gotta flush though.
9,000.
Me pelattiin eilen kuitenkin käteispeli, jossa lähti aina.
Joo, se ei tässä sääntö. Tiedän, se on aika älytön sääntö.
Niin on.
So how it actually gets there.
Tekee pokerista vaan epäkieltä.
3 on the river.
Pitää sun kusiehtaa sisältä jää.
Joo. Ei siinä oo mitään. Ei siinä oo mitään.
Pretty nice for Barrage that the clubs got there.
3-3. Pocket straight.
Do, man. But I have again.
It could have been 6-3.
I have again this or no?
Huh?
Pocket straight.
Yeah?
It depends if you care or you don't care.
I wasn't on the
You're playing with me.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Okay, let's play. No, it's always 100, 100, 200.
I really think that some people are going to be in trouble after the next shot.
Yeah,
Blind is going up here.
I don't think I would do so well on 5 shots of vodka. Can we see the room that we're in?
15 minutes we take a break.
Very nice. Well, actually that we're in, I'm saying, but I'm right here. So I'm sitting in the room where I normally always stream from. And we're just enjoying watching the action. So these guys are in the Olympic Casino in Tallinn, Estonia. As you can see in the back is the Patrik and Tony's Poker Challenge. Have a nice little fun cash game for us. It's 100, 100, 200 with a 200 ante. And most of the people bought in for 30k.
Meillä on näistä mikiltä näitä kanssa-striimiä, et ajan labrassa.
Let's go.
One more round of vodka.
Tournament series powered by Flop. First Line of Poker. It's a new app that Patrik and Tony's and his team are running. It's to organize meetup games, to see what card games are in town, where the casinos, all the card clubs are. So you just click the app, you can see where your friends are playing, you can see the tournaments that are running in casinos. It hasn't been bundled like that before. Normally people would always have to check like specific sites of casinos themselves. Wow, there's some Finnish animals there. Incredible players present here.
No, it's mandatory.
That's your card.
Joo, okay.
Alright, so it's the last time we're going to do another flip after, and Tony's going to open it up here. Very strong hand. It's not ace-high suited though, it's usually pretty important with hands like this. Looks like Ryan Viraji, you don't see this very often from the big blind.
I tried to order...
Oh man, they have another shot as well.
I'm all in.
Mä käyn huoneessa, mä pelaan blindit ja joku semmonen 2 minuutin huoneessa.
It really sucks for Antonius that he doesn't have an ace-high suit.
I've never seen a better hand than this in my life.
It's actually dominating Barraju in a nice way.
Patrik, they say no tanking. Some commentator. When you play with him, the 10 king.
Niin, mut siis ota Reilille sivunäytön, että Twitch-lähetys. Tää on hyvä. Täällä on oikeesti hyvä meininki. Täällä on Ilari Fiin.
Both players do not flop a pair.
Painaa leveällä nykyään.
Sano Odds Oraclelle terveisiä.
Odds Oraclelle terveisiä.
Oli hyvät lounaat.
Oli hyvät lounaat kuulemma.
1500 bet with Raju.
What do you have, Patrik?
Antonius has everything around the king. He needs a 9 or higher to flop a really good, or to turn a really good draw.
What do you have, Patrik?
Plus he could possibly take it away on a turn. See what Barraju does here, he might give up.
Sekin on meidän. Joo, mä panan pienen kovaseen. Mut 10 mulla on niinku 5K plus kurssista. Käykö se? Noniin, hyvä. Jes, kiva. Moi. Thanks. Okay, so
Tony is River's the winning hand. Of course, he was already winning. Both players could be pretty comfortable now checking it down.
Okay, I take the check. 8 pieces.
I want to see
More
your
and
hand,
more.
man. Come on, show me your hand because I have a really bad hand. Yeah, I have ace, of course.
You got it.
And Tony's taking that one down. He's doing pretty well in the game. Bought in for 30k.
Okay, guys.
Up
let's
close
take
to
another
20,000
shot.
euro.
Where's
Here we go.
Sponsored by me.
Oh my
Let's have this shot for the first time of poker.
During the break is better, please.
You're being nice.
You can have another break.
Nobody's gonna watch the fucking stream. We're just gonna, you know, get a nice break. Do.
Okay, guys.
Cheers.
I think Sigmund already took it.
Oh, do you guys already have it? That's my shot.
Like to put a straw?
Do you think he liked it?
100, 200. It's always 100, 100, 200 again.
Oh, my favorite players.
Did everyone drink?
I don't know. I'm not sure if he liked the shot or not.
This time.
It's just
Raul actually, Raul did this also.
I did.
Okay, that's half phone.
What are you saying? I did.
oh my god.
You're the man. Well done.
But
Yeah, that's good.
Let's go, Rahul.
Where did you get the full sweater?
This
was last.
Wow, Garage is getting fired up.
Yeah,
Is it?
Yeah,
That's a big thing. When you play poker, you want to have a good quality.
I can't believe that face. Oh, that's the face that everybody thinks when they're doing a walk fish up.
Always when I play with you, you're so
Because you're a businessman, you have a business.
you have to represent.
Alright, so we get a caller from Rinan and he's in position. Flops the gutter, but not that great of a board for Biraju, but he does block the 7, which is alright. His overcards can
Go and get a hoodie.
you know, usually give him good equity.
Talking about my arms. Fucking
The jack will be massive for him.
Hoodies are nice when you play in a
Plus he has initiative.
Yeah, actually, in Vegas,
He really likes these small bets after
actually
3-betting the board flop.
One time playing was a good game, so I went and buy it from their YouTube the hoodie they had.
He's gonna get called because it's such small bets. There's so many good turns. Wow. I was gonna say good turns from Rinan, and this is actually the best he can get for Biraju.
I was in Miami 2 weeks ago. So I went there to take out my money. And they said, you have more coming. So I said, I have money. Please close everything. I said, can you do the game? I have my name here. So I said, okay, please do the manager. Sure, I have money here. I have 90k.
And they found.
I have 90k, so I would look my second name, Jenna, this, and then they told me, I have history like 1 year ago.
Think about all the good turns there for Rinan, and with a hand like that. He has two backdoor flush draws. He has an immense amount of backdoor straight draws. Outs to the nuts. These guys are funny.
What's his name?
Sampo.
No, the real name.
Oh. Money Pablo. Money Pablo.
He's friend of his, the other one, the Mexican one.
Yeah. I don't think they know each other though.
I see the series actually.
No, it can be. It can be.
We play 1-1-2.
Yeah. Let's go.
Interesting name.
You see Yossi there on the left too.
Sampo from
Epic
It's a high stakes online regular. That would be a flush for both guys here. So both either Isahamies and Rinan flop a flush. Now flushes are very common in PLO, so it doesn't mean that this is just gonna go absolutely crazy.
That's a nice one.
Rinan immediately checks it back.
Does it actually translate to that or no?
I was making jokes. I don't know what they guys know. I don't know what it translates to.
Double pair of boards.
Not to the bank.
Oh
wow.
6,000.
And I think that's, yeah, Sigmund is gonna go for value. Bet 6,000 here.
Go, Ziggy.
Double pair of boards actually make flushes less likely in this game because more board cards are out.
The the guy has no other, short
Like,
cards.
before I started playing poker, I watched a bunch of videos on...
Queen 4 becomes less likely. In this case though, 4-3 does make it straight, but as you see here, Renan is gonna make the call, gets the bad news.
Surprise, surprise.
I don't even own mine. Like,
And that's just a really...
completely different.
That is a really, really fast play, 25,000 euro pot.
Vittu jos floppaa ja sitten tulee dunkku, niin...
Sad to say, but
Hyvä, hyvä vettä.
I respect all the old school pros. Includes Patrik himself.
Mitä? I'm an old school. Yeah, but Patrik is still...
Like, before I started poker, I was a huge fan of Patrik, Juan and Ivy.
Juan is
I
would like to have
se mun
Juan.
pillit tarmivat eilen, eikö se ollut hyvä? I would have never played poker, I'm not even kidding.
Sä olisit kipannut sen. You're not a huge fan anymore? You watch a lot of feudis?
Well,
Tarmi tyyli näki mun kohdalla.
having learned the game,
Se oli mun
I
vieressä,
realized
kato, mä olin
that
ihan umpitunnelissa. Mä
I think Raju is
they were exciting to watch.
he's on a field strip. Genuine fan of the game, as you can hear.
What's this guy doing? Every fucking
What's this guy doing?
Come on, Jagman, you're playing to GTO.
What do you have?
Sit 5.
You had like...
Ei vitsi, toi Intialan Tikka Masala meni umpitunneliin.
Check 10, 10, 9.
He's gonna 3-bet it at the 2,500 with 5-4-3 dudes.
Thanks for having me on. I was not sure if I was gonna call or not. I was close to calling, to be honest.
Buddy,
I wanna be honest.
you're high. Bad call.
Nobody's high. It's illegal here. Estonia.
I haven't, like...
That is actually almost as good as it gets for a hand like 5-4-3 deuce. Arena on a flop stop too. So
we
we're gonna
have
get
it
it in.
first on in the call here.
Guys, this is a 60k pot. This is a 60,
A7 top 2.
A6.
You got him, right?
55,000 euro pot.
Once, okay. Show up.
Go. You must show down.
Yeah, must show down. No, but
The TV is...
it's TV.
This is pretty crazy.
Sorry, boys.
We have top 2 against the rap.
Go.
What happened here? All in the call, but he refused to show.
Apparently an exact flip.
Come on, fair play. Who has to? Yeah, I think it's fair. The audience and you.
He's good, he's
That's a
good.
club that takes away some outs for Raju.
You get the low round.
He cannot make straight
Oh, that's a pretty shit hand.
with any of the clubs left.
Ei, mitä
You guys stood once or twice? Once, yeah.
This is once? That's insane. Alright. So 55,000 pot goes away with Renan, and Raju there had an excellent flop, but gets caught. The money went in faster than I've ever seen. That's quite insane. Like we said, the action is getting so intense now.
Don't wear it unless.
Flopping a wrap on an A-side board when you're a 3-better is such an easy continuation bet. Such an easy, and because it's such an easy continuation bet, it becomes such an easy all-in spot as well. Because you're going to be committed with the wrap. 5-4-3 dudes play so poorly, but a board with full equity and a lot of draws, it's amazing.
6 raise 1,000.
Come on, Che.
Raju now has 15k left. He's gonna limp with the aces, that's pretty cool. Minen with the queen, jack, 8 deuce. Let's see if Raju... Oh, he's actually rebought. He's still all in, but I don't think that's gonna work.
He's all in.
He's all in.
We'll play. Tight, pro. We should play like some other time, you know? Audience is gonna love me.
We will for sure.
Like, putting with this hand.
TV, I hate TV.
You play a hand? You should you call, bro.
Who's
Ooh, that's beautiful.
7, 8, 9, 10, man.
Is that position?
Thank you, Che.
Seven, eight.
What did you do?
I fold.
Okay.
Too much money.
Tasasella pärähtäisi todella korkeeseen oikein.
You can't? You go this side? Really? You can't?
Make it 5.
I never race fold.
Good sweat.
There's really nice fluff for Garagio and
Always what they say. I listened to Dur's challenge with you.
Yeah.
Around
Dirt challenge. He won dirt challenge.
Yeah. What happened? Yeah, tell me, Jungle.
Ace king here, so you lose.
I lose. Done.
Yes. Nice bet. I fucking love the
Hey,
bet.
my buddy. Hey,
my India buddy.
Okay,
I
thanks,
love
man.
it. I love it. Let's take shots for that. What is that? Ace 4 9 7.
Doesn't even matter.
7.
He's like, he doesn't even want to put in 5K.
You have to win. You gotta win.
Bro,
I can't remember. But
I'll tell you something.
Dur's and Queen.
Yeah, next time I play. Okay, let's go. Hey,
oh wow, okay, more shots. Why not?
let's go.
It's actually quite insane.
But
I'll just tell you
Everyone wants to know, Alex, why didn't you play this game? Well, because of this. Joni is such a beast.
get into games. Do that kind of stuff.
yeah, but rules are rules.
It's fine, you can play by the
6
rules.
we play 2.5 hours.
Just to touch a little bit on that though, like, understand if you gamble, you play super aggro, you're having fun, but you know, if he says, hey, I want to go all in pre-flop, and then the next time somebody wants to do it, why would somebody be allowed to and the other person not, you know? So it's very important not to let it get too sketchy, so I think they solved that really well. It's good to kind of like, you saw that Joni and Renan were kind of taking it a little bit more easy there. Give some time for the dealer to kind of step in.
So 1 round of ante for 1, 1, 2, 4.
Yeah, I play. Actually, okay, I go now. My bro has button. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
Come back to the button. Yeah. He'll be fine, but if you miss like all the action, you can't be joining the cutoff. I think it's fair. Yeah, I don't think anybody's taking advantage of that, but
White line,
just keep it
maroon
in mind.
line, online. ML sort of.
This place is going to be crazy. Like, people are definitely getting a little bit affected, as they would. I mean, I think it's an absolute testimony to somebody who can just weather shots like this.
So fun to have you here. Really.
Of course, I gotta make the game like super live, right? Patrik knows it.
Not like
I'm making it fun.
I think we are live.
Yeah.
Super live.
I wasn't thinking like, yeah, it's great to have you for the valley, but it's really great. What the fuck? Once in a lifetime, I was being honest, and then being fucking punched.
No. Bro, I love you.
We had a fun time.
He's
in
like
Galatia.
he's the best guy between. You have how many you have in India? 1.3 billion.
I know two Indian guys.
He's the best in India. 1.3 billion.
In the 400s. So we're playing 100, 200, 400 euro PLO now. The swings of this are comparable to playing 500, 1000, no limit hold'em.
He's a business guy, like you.
A little bit of travel.
Let's go. Just kidding. Yeah, fucking.
By the way, remember what happened? Like more money. Or I mean, were you there when I in business and poker?
Yes, I was there.
Tony's finding a quick
We're all
little
the same
win.
rhythm.
I think
200,000.
I think you can bring 7 more shots of the button.
You need to be with me.
Be with you.
Where's the 4, huh?
Give him back the
Just
card.
before.
But it's
Sorry,
Next
bro.
time. I can get my hand back.
Okay, give him back his card.
Give him back the cards.
Yes,
Give him back the
get to
cards.
that game.
I'll fucking potted blind.
If you want it.
Okay,
Yeah.
because you have the card, I have to protect you.
I'm fine.
He's raising the button.
I love it. You protect
So you don't look bad.
But dealer has to also keep, 1 round. You have 1 round mana.
Yeah, tell me, she knows this.
Great card.
You have aces? Sample. Shampoo.
Enjoy my 400. Enjoy. Sampo, enjoy this.
Patrik,
Enjoy this.
What the first one? First one was 50 or 60? 19 plus 25. 19 plus 25.
No, 19 and 25.
Yeah.
Quick call there.
No. Doesn't count then. Come on, let's go. Let's dance.
Please tell me that's water.
Give me deuce 7. Almost.
It's a good fall for the bout. This guy's a 30k deep. Stick around. Rinanen has, as of now, no shot to win this hand. And he doesn't know either, so the bout checkmarks his hand, and normally with ace king 9-8 you're not too happy on this board, but he does have the king of diamonds, so he blocks really strong flush combinations. He might decide to turn this into a bluff, or maybe he'll just use his showdown value. I think either would be absolutely fine. He's gonna bet at it. 7,400. Nice bet, I like it. Approach these spots aggressively. And again, you know, 15k pot there. So these guys are drinking a lot. There's a lot of table talk, and everybody's getting really crazy. But there's still 40k pots happening. Oh, here we go.
I think you're okay. It's a drinking table, everyone is equal.
Jungle Man seems very happy with the shot. Where's Hilary? Oh man, I have to feel for this guy. This is what happens sometimes. It's like, alright.
Everyone drink, wait. Where's Sampo?
Patrik is taking this like an absolute beast, by the way.
100% I didn't miss it.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Take a picture.
Cheers. Yup.
Cheers.
Let's go.
Be a friend.
Yeah, of course.
This is the...
Whatever happens on the fellas.
Mutta pitää olla seuraava kortti, koska ei se ole reilu, että
I mean, he didn't even respond. That's a shot of fucking luck. I didn't even respond.
100% I'm not gonna pay.
He started at 6 o'clock.
I'm like the whale of this table.
Still 2 MS.
7 shots, man.
Wow. I wanna see.
Straddle or what?
Yeah,
I got Jungle talking to himself. They're saying that the card on the board will decide what seed will pay for the shot. That's what they're saying, so.
Like,
I guess I'm full now.
millions.
Reporting.
I'm in for $1 million this time.
I buy $1 million.
some other weird country.
I don't want this guy to tank.
7, 8, 9, 10.
He can. I don't mind this particular hand.
Jack 10.
This particular hand, I'm like
So,
ready to zone in.
You can see. You can
Druck?
see.
Brush
Buddy,
is
this is fucking
making
good
it
hand.
5,000 here.
No, no. I'm ready to punt.
80%.
I'm ready to punt.
These guys are 40k deep.
I'm ready to punt.
We can go
Time
for
break.
it. You know, it's
go.
like... It's
Ah,
not
time
like,
break. My bad.
Let's go.
Okay.
How much?
Whatever.
Alright. So it's not for the shots. My bad.
5,000.
Thank you, guys.
Ready to go. I mean, it's hard to explain, but this hand is fucking beautiful. Now you have doubles to that.
Again, double.
Guys, please don't fold.
Just call and see you have position. Again, you have position. Johnny.
Sorry. Okay.
Tony! I wanted to call.
I'll show you later. Okay.
Surprised he folded
Oh,
that.
wow! I've saved some money.
Wow, Antonius is gonna 4-bet it.
This guy...
Yeah, Yoni did have people behind him.
This guy was, you know...
How much is this?
Fucking
Double pair?
5,100.
This is getting absolutely
You know, this
insane.
guy was
3,000
like
plus five.
very
4,
heavy
5
brace
plus
on me.
100.
Okay, 5.
5,100.
He obviously has 8. No
How
one.
much is my raise? 17,000. 16, 9 or 17. 16, 17. How good are you? 5 plus 5 plus 5.
So
It's very easy one.
Joni.
Patrikin veneessä.
Patrick always.
Binan is gonna get out of the way. It's very hard to fold hands like that. And he does fold. Good to see for Raj that he folds.
My
I'm
name
happy
is
to see that actually.
Antonius and I have aces.
Man, this is day one. We're 2.5 hours. Oh, we're 3 hours in. Time flies. We're 3 hours in. So these guys still have like 5 hours to go. I really can't wait to see where this is going. And all these guys are very used to high stakes action, so don't be worried about anybody. All these guys are high stakes regulars, incredibly successful poker players, or people who can afford it.
Is it blind?
Yeah.
Okay, pot.
It's like 36 plus.
Pot. How much?
36 plus 7.
You sure it's blind, right?
43,
Yeah.
right?
Look at my hand
43.
just now,
Okay,
43.
43.
Raju is at the point now that he's 4 betting anything that looks pretty.
He's
Jack 7,
blind.
5, 3 double
I'm good
suited.
against blind
We
range.
talked about this before. When you get out of line a little bit in PLO,
For sure, right?
those hands start looking very pretty. Jungleman is gonna come along with the ace, queen, 10, 7 rainbow. Was that 1,000? 500? That's 500.
My dad, you know.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, no problem. You know, my brother, my dad has a big support.
And that is not a blank. That actually gives Biraju a flush draw and a gut shot, and it gives Jungleman now also a 6 he can hit. So he needs a 6 or a jack to make it straight.
That's, how much is that? That's,
On se iso munainen
I have nuts, bro.
tersaaja.
Please don't call.
man, you got nuts.
Okay.
Oh man, you got the nuts.
I'll flush.
Alright, so the river's a jack.
I cannot beat a flush.
Jungleman is gonna value bet it,
Okay, joo.
I believe. But Biraju has the flush.
Oh, oh shit.
So it wins a 22k pot.
Absolutely.
Greetings from where?
Boys at home.
From Mumbai.
Okay, so
Jack
Biraju
Waters
actually bet.
going.
It's out of picture. My bad, but Biraju value bet the flush there.
That what?
That's a call for jungle. That was a really good river for Jungleman as well.
200 and the big blind.
Guys, I'm all in.
I like nothing. You're like,
I've seen a Finnish guy in Finland going all in without cars. He was like so drunk and suddenly all in and no cars.
I'm all in.
Yeah, this is the worst scenario.
What?
I'm all in.
By the way, it's
Okay, so you get a 400 live start.
Oho, mitä nyt? Miksi teille pommi?
How are you doing, Joni?
So what?
no, that's not cool.
Yeah, it's not cool. You winning the money, it's not cool. It's like,
why no one raise? Raise.
Here you are. I give you the smash opportunity.
where are you going? I need to be back too.
He's fucked up.
But we have to make a rule. Bogdan, he cannot come to the play sober. Unless he shows us that he takes six shots in a row.
6 shots already.
And then
They're saying that if somebody wants to join this game, they need to take 6 shots in a row, because it's not fair if somebody joins now. And actually, I think they're right. This is not when you want to see someone step in just fresh out of the shower. Hello, guys.
Can they see our cards? I just want them to be nice. Super nice. They want the nice You want to see them?
Yeah.
I want to see them because I'm not sure what they are.
What happened?
This is a massive flop here for Jungle Man. The Wout has a low flush draw.
Make 2 times.
Jungle Man here has a wrap. And more shots. Why not? This is shot number 8.
Shots for you.
Look guys what we got.
Nyt aletaan tiittaa. Hei! Tuolla oli toi tarjossa meille eilen. Äijä tarjosi. Kiitos.
Hei!
Joo, tää on hyvä äijä.
Mä luulen, että on
He pots it.
7,000.
Hei, tuosta meidän kanssa otetaan.
Joo, mä oon painat bro.
You're doing alright. Okay. So far so good.
Yeah, I actually think I'm behind on shot counts. This might be shot number 9.
Yes.
Ei mitään. Tosi komea
Ei mulla tässä.
They put me 5
on molemmin puolilla.
Patrik, you put me for 5 shots here.
You have
Tää oli hyvin muistettu.
Alright, keep the camera on Ilari, please.
Ei meillä ole 2 kestää pelissä. Mä haluan nähdä, miten tähän pöytään.
Joo.
Kello on 8:30.
Saha.
My fellow commentary is live.
Joo.
Yeah, we just
Okay. Cheers, brother.
Oh,
Cheers, brother.
the pot is 7,000. How much?
it's not as bad this time. Oh, maybe. Oh man, the pain on Zygmunt's face. Alright, so the Wout's still considering.
Can you put 15 inside?
Yeah, you can pull in 15 and pull in 15 over there.
No, not from there, not from there.
Hey,
the bait. The bait.
Kiitos.
The Wout's trying to see what kind of price he's getting.
I give you donation.
This is a very loose call.
You got what?
7 high flash.
You have a 7 high flush draw?
Yeah.
Look what we got. They all took shots. I don't know.
He needs a 5 or a heart.
Do you have anything else?
Yes, pair and pair.
Oh wow, I got the best chance.
I tell you, you have the best.
You're saying no.
Yeah, wrap.
Okay, you guys ready to go? Yeah.
It's okay.
Take a break.
Twice? You want to do it twice?
Yeah.
Okay, let's
I don't
try
have a
it
good
twice.
feeling though.
I have 5 and 7. Oh, I win this one.
Okay, here's your first time, then run it twice. Second time.
Bro.
No, only the turn and the river.
Second one I will take all. Flash, one more flash.
Only the turn and the river.
Please.
Hard!
Alright.
Just second.
Hard for sure. 5-7 hard.
Yes, I pay all in all my money.
7 is not good.
I don't even know.
She wait for the camera.
The turn and the
When
river.
she's
Really
on the
like
river.
you. But trust me, I got room for the fish.
That's good.
Oh, that's a really good card.
Fuck.
Alright, so we're gonna chop it.
Minä ysin vastaan AK-oppari. Joo, AK-oppari. 3 blinds. Mitä? Ei vittu, mitä viitteet.
Nyt se ollaan tyytyväisiä, ei ollut 32.
The game is never changed. 1-1-2 is a blind. Cannot change back.
Paljossa me ollaan nyt?
The blinds is 1-1-2. Cannot change back.
Yhdet tuplasta saa tuli over. Johnny.
We got a couple of callers, and we got, you know what, I'm gonna raise a pot. Fuck it.
Let's go, Jungle.
4 kästä, niin tulee tarinaa ja ruutu.
Patrik. I'm here to play. You're here to play. You're gonna have to play one of this one.
Yeah.
Okay. You have aces again?
That's 3-7.
Obligation. In Sweden, when we call, we never fold.
Sweden Pro.
This is the bank.
Love your game,
Bank for the
He's gonna get the money and I can't wait to see these hands.
How much is that? How much is it?
I'll tell you.
It's too much for you, Patrick.
I don't know.
So, Rinan is getting his money in here.
Sampo has made it
This is like the most
15,000.
insane action.
And
Less than
how much
15,
is how much?
13 forward.
So 15 is total.
15 is the one valid at the moment, yeah.
Okay. This is for the audience.
Alright, so here we see the hands. We see Rinanen with kings 4-betting to 15k. Jungle Man is actually gonna go for it with his queens, double suited queens.
No, I mean you can play like yours.
And Tony's and the Violet have to feel reasonably alright. Like when people make this much pre-flop action, they're usually on high cards. Having lower cards can be a huge advantage here. But some of their cards do get blocked.
You have to flip the hand as well. You don't know how it can be 7. This guy folds one.
Patrick said
Ronnie is buzzed.
I tried to do my best
Right, he does get out of the way.
Yes. Yes, baby.
Oh, there's a queen.
How much have
There's
we
a queen
betting?
for Jungle Man.
Oh, sorry.
I'm all in.
And Tony's is in there.
And he's doing it once.
Yeah, just push it all in. It's
Alright, so Rinan is going for it.
How much? It's more.
14,000.
14,000 on top, so we have a massive pot. This could be the biggest pot of the day. Under the watchful eye of Yoni.
I'm all in. You're all in. Wait, there's only a Patrick left. Wait. Sample.
Yeah, I'm calling.
Wow, Patrik calls, so we have a 3-way all-in here. Jungle Man with top set. Rinan actually blocks some of Patrick's straight outs.
Patrick has a side pot.
Don't make any sense.
We'll just
Okay,
keep
one or
them
twice. Show card.
After the reverse.
You have a flush?
Show.
It's just once.
Show card.
Backdoor.
No, it's
I have
jungle.
keys, but
So this is, they're running it once, so we have 76,
I have kings.
77 almost thousand euros in the pot here.
Allow Johnny's in it.
Johnny is all in.
After seeing the hands.
Can I get Johnny?
Side.
He's out.
Yoni is all in. He just woke up.
Side.
Oh, you have cards.
No, it says.
Okay, I got the cards. So what are we gonna
Okay,
do?
so
Three?
anyways, ready for turn and river?
Can we do three sides?
I can't.
One is fine by me. Whatever Patrick wants.
Yes, once or twice. No.
Once or twice.
Once or twice.
Okay, twice.
Twice running 77,000 in the middle. That locks it up the first time for Jungle.
That's not for jungle.
That's your one time.
Tää on yksi sairaamista pöydistä ikinä. Ai mitä mieltä? Baby doll, mitä mieltä?
Baby doll. Come on, baby doll.
That's not for jungle.
On natsit.
Wow, Jungle holds
Okay, let's see your
twice.
hands, please. You got a lot of ladies over there.
Jungle Man
Patrick folds.
Okay.
Kings, right?
scoops this up.
Top set. What's
Okay.
that win?
Kings
So
hold in the
Kings take
side pot
your
against
side.
Patrik.
Ain't playing any bet.
So Patrik loses
Okay, so ladies
the
will
most.
take the main
Rinan
pot.
actually wins the 30k side pot, so 14k profit in the side pot for him.
That is.
And Jungle Man wins a 47k pot with top set.
No, have
He's
it.
all in
Have
pre-flop.
Try to be going.
What do you
No,
have?
have it.
What do you have?
Sample.
Queen.
What a hold.
Have that shot.
No,
Give him shot.
I'm gonna have it when Mr. January.
Yes. Both of you gonna have it. He's 100% having it. He just wants to go behind. Yes.
Whoa.
Win a big pot.
He's doing it.
No. You only have one choice. Okay.
Jungle.
How many shots you have to win if you scoop a 3-way hand?
Yeah, 3 shots.
3 shots?
Yeah. Shot. Yeah. Do it, buddy.
The side
Do
pot
it,
goes
buddy.
here.
You guys have to
Oh man.
Do it, buddy.
12, 13, 14, and 5.
Celebratory shot.
Are we going now?
Oh, 15.
Fantastic. Guys,
15 and
your
4.
pot is ready.
You're like, okay, guys.
I'm sorry, your sushi is here. Oh, hey, great news. Right. You must be excited. This is the moment you've been waiting for.
Iso pöytiin.
Oh, cool, my fish got here. That's really nice. That's exactly what I was waiting for.
Whatever.
Go, take a break now. Check. How much is that?
Alright, so all spades on the flop. The Wout is a good blocker. I will not say that anybody here is a lightweight. That is not something you can say. It's kind of incredible that it took that long for somebody to kind of pass out. So Biraju betting here. Did he just get snap called? Oh my god, this is so cool. So the Wout has a king of spades and he blocks a lot of full houses. These are the type of PLO plays that really set people apart. If people go for these kind of moves, we saw Renan do something very similar earlier. This is just really strong pressure, and these are the kind of pots that you can really steal when a game gets like this sloppy. You know, when people are from the table, it's kind of like a transition in between big action. You can steal a lot of pots there, and it's very quick by him to pick up on that. Really nice bluff there. Just a nice little technical move in between things. Well, like Sturka, these guys' PLO level is really high. These are some of the best PLO players the game has ever seen. Yoni, who just walked off, is incredible at the game. Jungleman plays it a lot, he's really good. Renan in here is one of the best heads-up PLO players and plays mixed games. Patrik and Tony speaks for itself. I mean, Zygmunt is a PLO legend. De Wout, I'm a little bit more unfamiliar with, but he plays a lot in the bigger games. I really like the spots that he's taking, and then you know, we see Baruja, who said he is an amateur, so we'll go by his word, but definitely doesn't lack the heart to play this game.
Beautiful. 13-5. They run it like 13-4 time. I keep my hand more than you.
So, see a 4-bet here from Jungleman. He has king, king, queen, jack. We see Raju call with ace, king, queen, deuce. It's a strong hand. He's ace high suited as well. It's always so tempting to see a flop with. Let's see what Renan is gonna do.
What is this bullshit?
This is crazy.
13,000. I'm cheating for something.
He's deciding if he wants to peel. Like we said earlier, if you have this much action in front of you, it's very likely people have higher cards. He's double suited, connected. Cards under a 5 aren't ideal, but look at these equities, guys. 43%. He has 43% in his pot. And this seems very loose, and of course this man is partying along with everybody, but wow, look at this. Biraju flops top and bottom pair.
I'm all in.
He's all in, he pots it. Renan pot goes with it. And now Jungleman has a massive decision. He's 33k behind. He's gonna go for it as well. Oh my god. Talk about seeing some massive pots. What an action board. So, Biraju has the best of it right now. Rinanen needs a 3, a 6, or an ace. Or running spades. Jungle Man needs a jack or a king. Or a 4. No, 4 makes Rinanen trips. So that's also an out for Rinanen. This is insane. 126,000 euro pot. 8 on the turn doesn't change anything. Oh my god, that actually wins Jungle Man the whole pot. Kings hold, 127,000. Jungle Man with another 3-way all-in win.
It's alright. Oh, good.
Alright, well, did it once.
They ran it once as well. This is crazy. Raju getting unlucky there. Of course, he has a lot of outs against him with the running 8s.
Uni. This is sample.
Yeah.
Second round, I think.
30,600.
I had it.
30,600. 30. This is 30 right here. 30,600. 30,600.
What a pot, 127,000.
Okay, next time.
Deal. Otherwise, we will have to wait.
Let's go.
Sir, can you keep the chips off the box, please?
Ei Sampo.
Blind gentleman.
Sampo, onko sulla siellä?
112.
Oikeesti, no ihan vaan niille. Sulla on siellä.
I think we got like 9 shots everyone.
No.
I need a little break.
No possible break.
What do you mean?
Take the money and go. No
I don't
possible.
think these guys know what
What do you mean?
It's not acceptable.
Nyt on 30. On sir. Otettu lisää sitten.
Oh, let's gamble.
800.
Mä varmaan voisin nähdä sen tuolta.
Ei, no otetaan nyt ennen tätä jakoa. Älä kato vielä kortteja. Ota eka tää. Please. Ei vittu se alistaa mua. Yeah, but he don't trade me.
Where's the flip?
800, sir.
We forgot the flip, you know?
We can do a flip.
I think we should do 5,000 each. We did a flip where you were not here.
Yeah. We should do another flip.
Patrick, you need 100,000 in chips?
Yes.
Because 2 guys need. Rahul and
I don't need. I need just after the settlement of the game.
Okay. Is it enough?
I would actually...
I guess so.
I'd be very adamant on if you do a shot that most of the people at the table have to do it. If you're the guy that always does it, you're gonna be on 12 shots with other people on like 5 or 6.
Maybe drunk Patrick. Check. I'm still not that stupid.
1,000.
My name is John B.
And we're playing.
That's what they all say when they're drunk.
Yeah. You're good at. You folded?
This is fold before the bet.
It's
High five.
tight fold.
High five.
Okay. 112.
For no jungle. Jungle is he has jungle instincts. Like Ivy has jungle instincts.
Yeah, but jungle is gigantic pussy.
No, but
so
hey,
we want your gigantic pussy to be with us.
You're just
What's pussy?
Pussy is guy who is just doing it. That's how it's going.
Well, I look like guy on
No, I don't want.
Go in there.
Okay, I
How
can.
much is the flip? Just the
2,500,
small, but very fast, very fast.
Yeah.
Okay, quick.
3K. 3.
No, 25. 25.
Let's do a small flip, 2,500.
My anti-bag.
And Rahul, we have a side one?
Yes.
2,500?
5K.
Sir, I'll play in the flip.
Hey, jungle.
So 2,500 flip.
I know your partner.
And Raul and Antonius have a 5k one on the side as well.
6-4. 6-6-4. I go with you. You have 8 pieces.
I need a king. King.
Yes.
No, I need a king. King, queen. Both sides.
No.
Oh, mine.
I have tried.
You took it all, huh? You took it all. Side pot.
5,000 I lose.
Rahul.
What do I win? Here. What do I win? Did I win anything? Oh man.
Did I win anything?
I think it's alright.
Expensive flip.
I think it's alright.
That would be both.
I stayed one time at Barcelona at the queue at the line. I had like 80k with me deposit and it was like big line deposit.
I'm not entirely sure. I think the Jungle Man won that flip. I just can't believe this game is gone for 4 hours.
Yeah.
They did shots from moment 1.
don't mind.
I wasn't drunk enough to play that.
I don't mind.
Hey, Jungle Man, do you hate me? Do you hate me?
Have fun sometime.
What are you saying?
Do you hate me?
Why do I hate you?
Hate is a strong word.
I don't hate you, Zygmunt.
Yeah, but it's like
I won't play with Zygmunt on TV.
In the box. In the box.
Why? How could I hate Zygmunt on TV?
Nobody hates the fucking
No one hates
No, but it doesn't matter. Okay, this cut. Now cut.
Cut?
Do you kind of like me? No.
I kind of like.
You like me, kind of.
Yes.
Okay, that's
At
enough.
least more
It's
than
enough
kind
for
of.
me.
Right, so Jungleman kind of likes Zygmunt.
Actually, yeah.
Wait, Zygmunt, we party on. Patrick, we still party on Friday, right?
Yes.
Wait,
Yeah,
Friday?
Everybody's invited out on Friday.
Whoa, are there girls?
Yes.
Okay, boys.
I guarantee it. I'm not gonna bring boys.
As long as there are girls.
No.
Yeah, only. You know how to handle it.
Can Zygmunt come? Can Zygmunt come?
No, I go
He
back
will
to
scare.
home.
He will scare them away.
Zygmunt fly home because
Homecoming, you know,
300.
Kanye West Homecoming.
Kenny, he's a famous guy.
Yeah, I'm going back to.
I'm coming home again.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you doing? Is that blind?
I think so.
This is not Stralo here.
That's not that, it's race.
No Stralo.
Jenna!
No, sir.
It's your turn.
What the fuck?
It's a
No
race.
Jenna.
Stralo.
What
Race
the fuck?
dance. Race
Sampo,
dance.
Sampo, what do you do?
I raised.
Raise
I
400.
It's race blind.
Can you spread your cards in the box, please?
Yeah, I raise the pots.
Okay.
Raise 400.
Whatever is that. How much is this?
400.
No, raise pot.
But Zygmunt, you party
Yeah, in Helsinki.
Alright, so yeah, Trip Kings in your hand.
Nowadays,
He means
kids.
the
I have
Only a
son.
pair.
party.
How many sons you have?
I'm not sure.
He doesn't know.
I know. From Aruba.
Hey,
From Mexico.
Okay, you're in.
1-6.
It's your turn. How much?
1-6.
Okay, I call.
Jenna!
What
Jenna!
happened? It's your turn. I'm pass. I'm out.
You have some
8 gold, 8 gold.
return like this.
Yeah, next hand I will speak with you.
Uh-huh.
Can you call or
On
pass?
your 1,600.
I can do whatever you would do.
No, I don't know what you have. Do.
Whatever will be. In the future and all.
Call 1-6.
It's a good decision. I will do. I will call the decision. 100%.
200 more.
Jungle Man, my man. Sampo, my man. Indian guy, my man.
Jenna doing some shady shit. I
What
don't
are-
get it.
What do you want, Sampo? You play heads up here in the side? Next
Yeah.
open
That's
the
a straight arena.
Heads up.
So Hillary leads at it. It's a good pot to lead at from his position. He's on a straddle, so he's gonna have the most of this straights
For sure, 100%.
and 2 pairs on board.
9,100.
I really like this bet. This is a really cool bet. He could have slow played a boat on the turn.
It wasn't here.
The river actually makes him a lot more boats as well.
No. No. No, 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 no.
What?
Alright, it worked.
He can tell you if you want.
And the win.
Here?
Now you can start it if you want.
Nothing. You saw
Yeah,
it.
for sure.
But you are a genius.
Oh, sorry.
He wants to make sure that the bluff gets shown.
Okay.
Have we ever, never in poker?
Yeah, really good bet.
Really bad.
Dealer check.
I mean, even if Zygmunt is value betting a higher straight, it's possible on that board. Double paired boards, people like to value bet straights and flushes. Actually, a bigger chance that somebody has a pair than that they have a boat. Or sorry, trips than that they have a boat.
I know.
Let's go.
So, Daniel.
The jungle is out of the shot.
No, no, no. No for jungle.
Yes, yes, of course.
For Rafael.
Come on, Jungle. We take shots. Come on, we take. Come on, you have one behind
We
you.
changed it name for chop.
Last shot. Last shot and
Jenna,
Go, Jungle, let's go.
is indestructible.
Last shot and
This man has done every shot
Yeah,
as well.
Come on, Raul.
Okei, I can do.
Renown.
Ollut vaiheessa, mutta kielestä ollut päihde temperamentti
Jungle,
ongelma.
freestyle after this.
En tarvii eläkseni jungle monia.
Jungle, no, come on.
No, we did with some for...
Patrick too, by the way. I mean, this is crazy.
Okay,
Everyone's having a
I
laugh.
go. For the flop. Be a piece.
400.
Where are all these shots coming from? How does one place have that much vodka?
100%.
Party with the bitches.
Yes. I'm here with my wife, but...
I have sydämi.
I'll party for sure, yeah.
What happened there?
Conscious of my actions, but yeah.
You kind of like the bitches? I like the bitches.
Take this Jordan.
From the shot buffet table.
I don't like bitches.
You don't like bitches?
I do. I do.
I like some bitches.
You are my bag.
Sample bank. Sample bank.
Top 10.
Thank you so much, Saint Ephemeral and Viva, for the resubs. Ben Martin for gifting us up to MZ. Really nice. Thank you, dude. Oh my god.
How much? 5,000. You can do that?
Thanks everybody also for following the channel. Lots of follows rolling in. Tomorrow we play again. We play No Limit Hold'em tomorrow. It'll be another 8-hour cash game. Some really cool high stakes. The first time that we're hosting a cash game on our channel, commentating on it. I'm super excited. I love the setup. Of course, on Sunday I'm playing poker myself. About 8 to 10,000 in buy-ins every Sunday. Play 14, 15 hours.
Paulie went to my party.
Paulie?
I told you about the parties, yeah.
What's happening? What's happening? What is the deal here? Me and Patrick Antonio.
It's the Patrick Antonio's Poker Challenge. All in here.
And it's you and me.
You and I.
You and me.
Yeah.
And when did you go to Finland?
No.
January 25th, something like this.
What happened in Finland?
Patrick is all in.
Really?
16k in the
Did
middle.
you get drunk and late?
I said get drunk and late. Yeah, actually. We brought a bunch of girls, basically.
That's the best thing that happened to me.
What happened? What happened? He's all in? Okay, cool, I call. I love the way he announced that.
I'll show you. We run it twice?
3.
Up to you.
Mine's too.
Come on, you pussy.
Okay. What is that?
Twice.
Yeah, 60.
Can I hit twice? You can decide.
I love your style, but...
Okay, one time.
I'll show you.
And it's 7, 6, 10.
Yep.
Or can come 8, 9.
Alright,
6,
so
7, 10. Go.
Go one time.
Patrick needs help.
Or a queen.
That's not good. 10 is no good.
Yeah, he loses an out there. I can't hit a 10 anymore.
No.
Dude's not gonna do it.
And
Just for the fun.
no, but
Yeah, so
only
just
girls
show it.
or no,
Second.
only boys.
Yeah, it's there.
I know.
I don't think they're actually running it twice. I don't think they're actually running it twice. I think they just wanted to rabbit hunt it. So Renan wins. Nice spot off Patrik there.
What happened, Jungle?
25,000. Look at the stack from Jungle Man. It's at least 120,000.
Gentlemen.
Bastard on my own.
What's your name? How you got your name?
It's actually about 100, I think.
I want to be known as my
Played
real
a few
name.
pots.
Jungle Man.
This is two, it's not mine.
Mr. Gentleman.
Mr. Jungle Man.
You make me drunk.
Ben.
And I need more money.
I need
You
much
have more
more.
Olympics so we can raised by animals.
Raised by animal.
Yes.
Are you tilting, Patrick?
Come get me, guys.
It's you and this Indian guy.
2,000 rice.
The monkeys.
Huh?
With you and this Indian guy. There's gonna be something
Has anyone done
crazy happening.
after the first day?
What?
No?
What do you
Speaking
mean?
of crazy. You know what? I raised pot.
Okay.
I raised pot.
GTO Poker or GTO?
I raised pot.
Yeah, he looked.
I did look, yes.
These spots have been really working out for Jungle Man.
I wouldn't lie to you. I
So
told
see
you
Antonius with a low rundown.
Äijä vihaa mua tyyli.
Viragio has a good hand here too.
When are you gonna take the break? It's probably look.
Et pidä minä.
He's gonna call. There's cold calling here. There's a lot of people behind him.
Mä tykkään susta, kun sä oot niinku elät elämää.
So Antonius.
Ihmisen
But who raced first? You raced.
Sulla menee hyvin.
2000 makes the first 2000.
He's in a pretty good spot here. I mean, Viragio flatted.
I raised pot.
Called under the gun and then called.
It's 8-7, but I made it 8.
No, you didn't make that. How was the race 2000?
8.
But one before 100.
Then he's moved 2000 and you
Can I ask you?
1000.
Of course I'm
You're right.
Me too.
Mine is 1.
Alright, cool.
1, 2, 4.
Ah, okay. Alright.
I'm hoping to
Now we
get
see
lucky.
Jenna Devout has a really strong hand as well. The 8 is an absolute brick in his hand though, because it blocks his spade, and when it comes Jack 10-9, he's already having King Queen for the nuts. So this is a 3-card hand, something he really needs to consider. But it's a lot of money out there. Jungle Man hasn't really been messing around pre-flop though. He's been really pounding it with these high pairs.
You don't know what's happening. I have no idea.
All right, we're gonna go 4-way to the flop. There's 32,000 in the middle. There's another vodka shot. All right, there you go.
Sampo.
All right, that's top set for Jungle Man. Nobody has a flush draw actually, but Devout has a really strong hand as well. He has about pot left. He has top pair and a gut shot to the nuts. He blocks the club. This could be interesting. It's less likely that he's up against like a king high flush draw here. Jenna Devout actually considering just leading at it here.
Se ongelma niin, silloin menee 10 juomaa. Niissä on veli-Pekka Allakorva.
BP! No, he's not here.
Okay.
What happened here?
Check bet.
No idea.
Wait.
He already bet.
You checked?
I didn't check, but he checked. He checked out of me. He bet out of me. What can I do now?
We're waiting.
So I have option. Can I do something
You can
else?
check. You can move your name.
So do I get?
No way.
If everyone he go out?
It's okay now. You might be checking the pussy.
What?
How do you feel being
14,000.
pussy?
Being pussy. I play big money. Big money.
Alright, so Jungle Man is gonna bet half pot.
6, 7.
Yeah, this is actually how many shots? We have the same shots.
And now it's gonna be back on Jenna Devout.
I don't know. You call up the end of the game.
Call a friend. The basis.
Possible. 3-bet 3-flop. Maybe have aces.
Okay, I give you if you have aces, congratulations.
Alright, well,
Call.
I have fucking aces, so I
have one
fucking call.
You have aces?
Yeah, I do.
Wow, Jungle Man is really running insanely good in these multi-way pots.
Second, you say
He has really solid hands to be fair, but
I have aces. How many times? I have aces.
I have nothing.
Okay.
How many aces? Fucking
it's another 60k pot.
Open my card.
76 actually.
Look, I have nothing.
You have flush or no?
Nothing.
76 down. Sorry, my bad. 91,000 in the middle.
I make 5
Guys
bets.
have 30k behind each. It's a really tough spot for Jenna Devout.
What happened with
Jungle Man are gonna win a massive multi-way pot again.
Twice? You guys drink and play poker. You guys are.
Come on, Jack! Or 9. Jack!
Tules Jokke.
No, fucking
First, how many times?
Twice.
Turning it twice. At least he doesn't hit a jack
I
after
don't
that
know.
4.
I know. Jungle is jungle. He has instinct. He has instinct.
You're a very lucky man.
No,
You play
he's
only
not
aces.
lucky. He has instinct.
But you have to play more hands.
I have jungle. Elari.
I cannot win anymore. I can't split on
Oh,
it.
that's actually the worst. Because now they chop the second.
I only split. I can only split. I can only split.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Se menet puolen tuosta pöydästä, mä pidän junglista puolen.
Yeah.
Aijaa.
Jungle wins the first, they chop the second. There's a lot of dead money in there, so Jenna does get something back.
Half my money.
But
I say how lucky I am.
But you only aces you play. Come on.
still has to pay that quarter from the first
You're
one.
a big player. Just gamble.
So that means the Jungle Man is going to win 75% of that pot.
give him 13,200.
Alright, Jungle Man stacking chips as he's been used to doing.
Sometimes.
What happened with the money? They want money.
Damn.
Huh?
What happened with the money?
What money? What money? You money? Jungle, where's your money? Hei, missä
Your big blind.
On tilattu kieltä. Me tilattiin Junglen tililtä 100 tonnia. Soita Ristolle. 100 tonnia Junglen tililtä. Mä sain 3 tonnia
Okei, nyt alkaa jo.
Ja pitäis
Joo, ei siis.
I love how Zygmunt just shows up at different spots at the table to talk to people.
Put a big blind.
Big blind
Patrik,
Are we doing straddle or no?
I don't know.
If you look at the hands.
Patrick,
Yes,
are we doing the four?
Yes,
we can do. Yeah, we can do.
Yeah, we can do, but
Everybody has to do it though.
Yes.
He's eating his fucking sushi.
India.
He's just like, oh,
For sure.
what? Oh, this is nice. What are you doing here?
Huh?
All right.
I want to be
He's just like, I just ran into some food. All right, don't mind if I do.
A little bit harder, right?
I mean, why not? Why waste it?
Future party much different.
Oh, hello.
Future party different. Tomorrow, small party, like.
And appeared this plate of sushi.
Hey, you are not.
But not with Jungle.
We'll party with Jungle.
A little bit party with Jungle.
Walks by, sees food, thinks, oh, this is great. This is exactly what I needed.
No party with
Can't believe you left this.
Yeah.
Time to start fighting.
Oh man, this is amazing. Can we do this every day?
I'm nice guy.
Now I'm ready.
Yeah, I don't care. With the nice cream.
If Yoni comes back and says, where the fuck is my sushi? I'm gonna die. If he just comes in. "Where's sushi?"
Yeah,
You
very
don't
tight.
pretend you're 400?
Stuck 100k, very tight, yeah.
Oh man.
I just got it. I don't think so much. Yes, I lose, but I come back. You know what I do? I play many hands.
Oh, that is so out of line.
Pyydä anteeksi tosta. Mitä?
Mutta älä puhu sitä niinku mitenkään huonosti.
Ai mitä?
Ei pitää huono juttu muuttaa.
They're making a joke that Sampa had an allergic reaction earlier on. Antoni's now with the aces.
Ei ollut, kun mulla irtas. Saanko anteeksi?
He's gonna 3-bet at 6.3 thousand.
Se riittää.
Easy.
The Veldhuis a pretty strong hand to call. Jungle Man has some nut suits and some cards that probably nobody will have.
Ei
He's gonna see a flop.
kuuntele. Sulla oli allerginen reaktio 2 tuntia sitten.
Jungle man, I need 3, 4, 5.
These guys are, some of them are like 13 shots in. I'm not even kidding.
3, 4, 5. Deuce 3, 4 also. What do you need? Patrik, what do you need?
Kuka ai Jungle Man oli?
3, 4, 5.
Ai Sampo, no ei ollut.
3, 4, 5.
Olen mä vähän kännissä.
Jungle Man actually flops bottom pair and a nut flush draw. He's gonna be super pleased with this one.
What do you want? What do you want? I want
More respect for Sampo. Jungle Man never instincts.
that pot.
Alright.
You are doing your best.
I love how
You're trying it.
Sampo
I'm doing my thing.
Rinanen loves to slap people across the head. He did that earlier to Vila Waalbeck too. He just got up. Alright, Antoni's is all in. So this is a massive pot. I mean, the Veldhuis has lost a lot of these type of spots. He's gonna go for it.
Give me, I can be a...
Zygmunt needs to see the cards. He wants to sweat it.
3 times?
Cost 3 players.
Okay, 3 times, 3
Can
players.
I open the hands?
Yeah, I got a pair of 2s and a flush draw.
And you a flush draw?
Alright, Antoni's is out ahead. A lot of spades out.
And I have aces, best hands?
Aces is the best hand.
I got all low cards, buddy.
Jungle Man can hit a 5-4 or deuce or a spade. We have 90k in the middle. This is just insane. Like, we've seen so many big pots. This just goes to show how crazy PLO is.
Yeah, but 3 times. Why not? I can win 1, no? 1 time.
Come on, guys. Let's
Come on, Rahul.
One out of 3. I want you to win, trust me.
Oh, and the Veldhuis with a pair of queens as well, of course. So he can win with a 7 or 6 or 5. So 5 no good for Jungle Man.
I have 15,000 exactly. Okay, this is how many times? Patrick?
3 times.
3 times. Let's go. 3 times.
There's the Finnish guy.
Let's see Queen.
So Baileys.
Yes. Hey, Jenna.
What is the Baileys? Give me Baileys.
Here.
Oh! Queen!
This is the first one.
Wait.
This is the first one.
Yes!
This is the first
I'm
one.
Alright, Jenna wins
I will
one.
make salute.
Okay, salute.
For the Queen.
Alright, Bailey shots in between. Celebrate the second run coming.
For the Queen.
It's actually much more enjoyable than vodka. 6 is good so
6.
far for the route as well.
Yes!
Wow! He gets there again.
Oh my god.
Lowest chance to win.
7. Whoa!
Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Fuck.
How can he win 3 times?
Come on, one more.
Unbelievable.
Give it to me. Yes! I can score.
That's Patrik Antonius.
Straseball.
No.
Straseball.
Oh,
That's
God.
great, no? Fuck, okay. Patrick.
Unbelievable how we won
Patrick,
twice.
you deserve it.
No, 1 time.
Aye, you deserve it. 1 is okay.
Alright, so Jenna gets 60k from that pass. Antonius gets 30k.
How much?
15.
Wow, that was so nuts.
15.
He had a dominated spade draw. 5 was out as well. This is insane. This is simply insane. Like I had a feeling this was gonna happen at the start.
No, don't do it. Just take that back. I have to take 2. Hey, 15 out. Hey, put 15
I want to top up.
Look at Sampo.
No, I want to top up.
Hey, give me his 15 here.
70 to me.
His 15 is here. His 15 is back.
Okay.
If he gives you 70 and me 30, no. If he gives you 30 and
Put it aside.
Paljon sulla on meinissä?
Deal, it's okay.
Karvalle 40.
Paljon saa aloituksen? Paljon lähtee?
45.
Just get the sunglasses away. Alright. Yeah. I figured. I really thought that we're gonna go down this way with the drinking. I mean, how can you do like a vodka shot every 20 minutes?
I give you 50 to make it 120, right?
First time
It's so fun that it's so insane that these guys are fundamentally so good at PLO that all the hands that they're playing are still completely in line. That's so insane. Yeah, guys, we're seeing some insanely crazy action. Action at the table, very lively. Everybody going crazy.
Race from the under the gun.
Just watching it along with you guys doing commentating. Even if I was there, I would not jump in a game. I almost feel like it's disrespectful to jump in a game when people are getting drunk together. All these guys have been drinking together, which is actually what makes it good in a way. Would you drink too? Yes, I would always drink in games that happen like this. But there's no way I can drink that many shots or whatever. I'd be chilling with Yoni somewhere.
1,000 euro. Next to you.
Wow.
I did everything. I've been good in match. Not as good like you, but. Sampo, you're drunk?
Alright, 3 pair here for Antonius.
Ich liebe dich.
Not good like me. In math.
4,000. Is it 9? 4,000.
The bank looks at his cards and sees only big cards. Oh, I bet too much, but it doesn't matter what I should bet.
Make it 5, please.
It's okay.
Yeah, 5
Round
is
up.
fine. No, it's fine. 5 is fine.
Yes. Thank you. 2 players.
How is it going with Buma? No book yet.
It was good. He just, did you see him today?
Yeah, let's go with him. What's he doing?
You see him, he had a surgery on the tooth. Yeah, both sides business tools pulled out yesterday. Yesterday.
I did.
No, 2 days ago.
I took this one up. I go there. 5 minutes. Injection. These two out. Go home. Nothing. No problem.
Yeah,
But after.
it was still like swollen.
A lot of people speak about it, but I think maybe the downside is very big. Worse. I put this
upstairs is easier.
Notice how Jungle puts his head down when Seed 1 has his cards up like that since he's drunk. That's some good sportsmanship. Yeah, that's when you know that people are used to playing high stakes cash games.
And it was bad.
The same Jungle Man has a boat here. We haven't seen much from Beraju. He seems to have recovered a little bit. He lost a few big pots. Yeah, 6.6k to call. That's a flush. He also has an emergency queen for a boat if he needs it, which is sometimes likely in this case. It's really nice to have it.
This is poker. USA versus India.
And it's another diamond. That's more boat outs for Jungle Man.
Going. Now going. And we are now going.
How C4?
Yeah, somebody.
So early, yeah?
Hey, look, I showed you the video. He was like, fuck, he slept on the table.
We have 4 hours left.
Now
he
it's starting.
He slept 2 hours ago. He left for an hour ago, actually.
Huh?
What's his name?
Oh, he's been here since yesterday.
No, I mean, uni.
Yeah, but he came yesterday.
Yeah, but I mean, it was 2 hours ago.
Yeah, exactly. No, I know.
The fuck happened?
Call.
4 hours.
Bet is 17k.
He gets paid in the end too. So that's another really big pot there for Jungle Man. After losing that 3-way all in, gets him back, and another tough one there
Yeah, not
for Biraju.
Easy life.
Rahul,
Be Jungle Man for one day.
definitely not his day.
I'll let you be it. Imagine one day you're gonna fucking see all these numbers everywhere. You're gonna just calculate like a genius. I have to have a
I'm just impressed by Renan, honestly.
I have to have forecast.
This guy has done might have done the most shots out of anybody. It's funny though, it takes him like a minute to see his cards, but he hasn't made any weird decisions based on his cards. There hasn't been anything like mistakes.
Are you in for the flip?
You're a flip? 2,500 flip.
2,500 flip.
Okay. 500 more.
He got those quickly sorted.
You need some big cards. No. King. No. Ace, king. It's insane. I had ace, king, queen. Nothing.
I had ace 2 so far.
Imagine nothing came.
It's king for now.
Well, I guess after all the vodka shots, a Bailey's one is well deserved.
I have 7.
No, you win the side pot. Look.
Easy, man.
What do you have? You have no pair.
I don't know. This is the Finnish people are a new level for
Some
me.
has cards. Okay, I
No, you win the side pot with fives.
I have no idea what I have.
6, 7. He has 7 pair.
I have
You scoop all day? What? No, you scoop.
7.
Oh my god.
This is so sick.
You win it all.
Every time.
Nice. Sampa wins.
Oh my god.
No problem.
You thought I cannot drink?
I thought you could drink.
No, you thought I could not drink.
No, let me
Okay.
drink you.
Cheers, guys. Cheers.
He's so boring, this guy. You do something fast.
Yeah.
He's very good.
I just want to reiterate that this is according to like the players' wishes. You know, like I understand some people saying like it should not be streamed or whatever, but this is exactly the game that the players in the game wanted. They said we're gonna drink, we're gonna get super wasted, and we're gonna play poker, and it's gonna be awesome. So, like when that happens, it's really hard to just say like, oh, hey, you know, you're drunk. Yes, I know exactly. That was the point of this game. So, you know, in that sense, it's really hard to say anything else about it. And like I said, everybody there is friends, surrounded by friends, and it's happening. So this must be what they wanted or what they expected, you know.
Yeah, but I wanna smell your hair.
It's black.
I don't care. Black or white, like Jackson says.
Like the flop?
I have no problem.
No, I don't need to hear it.
What do I?
Alright, so Biraju. Plus 5k is a good flop for him.
I had no idea.
Rinanen absolutely missed the board.
From Delhi. No,
Delhi.
actually Delhi is from, exactly.
It's India.
Hey, can you say hi from me to your...
To India.
No,
1.3 billion.
the big guy.
The big guy.
Yeah, billionaire.
No, they are too good.
Alright, he folded. Thank you, Nova, for the 14 months earlier.
Patrick, one more shot with me.
Patrick.
Oh, it's a fight.
300.
Everybody wants shot?
Yeah,
300.
one shot. Patrick.
Jungle, you are winning.
Can
One shot.
He's okay. I think
Jungle
Jungle
can
is
handle one
Jungle,
shot.
one more time.
I don't know if he can. I put a stop.
I have one more here. I have one.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, toast, get the fuck
Jungle,
out.
put it aside.
You have one more
shot.
here.
I have mine.
Okay, I have mine.
But Jungle needs to have it too. Jungle.
Jungle, please. You are winning. Come
It's
on.
only money.
Jungle, we don't care.
Jungle.
It's only money.
Jungle, we don't care.
Is that straddle?
We
or
don't
what's
care.
that? What's that?
Oh, here.
Jungle is being a small sport.
What? Raise pot and what?
Calls.
And what then?
Jungle, drink with me. Come on, one for me.
I'm in the hand. The later, I have 200 more. 200 more. 200 more? You say how much? 1600? How much? 1600?
Baby,
Is
no.
that a good hand?
I'm not gonna comment, bro.
Looks like a pretty good hand to me.
Why you play so tight when you're drunk?
Because he's a nit.
That
In real life.
Yeah,
In real life.
I don't know.
Jenna and Antonius have been drinking.
Yeah, not
I would say almost exactly the same. It's really nuts. I think Jenna has been acquitted a little bit ago, but he's definitely like 12 shots in as well.
Action in that
I'm checking.
I give you just small, tiny bet. I learned this from some guy. Tell me to do 24, 25, 24, whatever it is.
24. 9 bet.
Tiny bet. Oh, can I fold my hand now? Oh no, not you. Too many.
Oh man.
Yeah, Jungleman has been winning most of the big pots, as you can see.
Someone is impossible guy.
136,000
Someone
stack.
is
Impossible guy.
Impossible
He's
guy.
It's up about 100k.
He's a machine. Robot, you can never make it a robot.
Yeah, I don't wanna be with robot. I don't wanna be with robot. I promise.
If I drink alcohol,
No. You have good sex, I know. I'm a little bit fat, old. Me.
a little bit, no.
Alright, so Antonius
4 years
turns it
ago,
into an
I was
open ender and
totally
has middle
up.
pair now.
Now I'm really up.
Same thing for Jungleman, but he's bottom pair.
Like, man.
And
Let's
the
get it
Val
going.
still feels pretty comfortable here with his hands.
What do I
Hey,
I'm going
actually,
let's get it
hey,
going.
Mr. Nice Guy.
Huh?
This is a really cool move, I think, by Antonius.
Be a nice guy.
Mr. Nuts guy, I'm stuck 110k.
That's really cool.
I don't fucking care. I'm
This is 8 to represent 2 pair. 2 pair or a set that wants to see like a random turn.
37.
13-2.
2 pair is more likely if you want to put him on anything though. The set is a really nice spot to just pot the flop.
Should I give you a free card or not? Be careful, guys. 33,000. Wait.
No, of course I don't.
How much is it?
I love how Sigmund always wants to know what everybody
I have
has.
like 7.
Odd bet is the maximum. That's all your money.
I mean,
Only no
see the Vouts can figure this one out. They're flipping against each other. Antonius is going to show as a favor probably if Jungleman folds, but that's because the 7 and 6 don't get taken into account.
Patrick.
Yeah, of course.
Patrick
I
goes
make raise in all in.
Huh?
In all in.
What?
All in.
Yeah, but why theater on?
I think they're full.
How many times you gonna run it?
I have this hand.
Jungleman playing really solid still, even though he's
Wait,
What do you have?
Open.
pretty smashed as well.
Wait, that's
You know?
Jungleman's card, so just...
Okay, how many times?
3 times.
4 times.
This is 4 times.
I wanna have say some.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so as you see here,
I read you so
they're
well.
absolutely flipping though.
Whoa! I'm so fucking good.
That's a really good call.
I can mock it. Deuce
is playing.
Just play.
How many times?
Four. Small cards.
If you had no option there.
Oh!
That's me. Okay.
You're so unlucky.
Go, Patrik!
That's me.
No, it's not.
It's me.
It's
Come on, baby.
go, Johnny.
Come on, baby. Shot. Come on,
Go,
King.
Johnny.
I'm
You gotta
hungry.
win and have a shot.
If I take two more, I will take a shot. If the one who take two more, take two shot, okay?
Yeah, of course. That's me.
That's Antonius.
Okay. I don't mind if you put another deuce.
Give me 5, I take a fucking shot. I don't care. I take a shot. It's 15k.
5, you take a shot.
Even Patrick's drunk.
No, split.
Just chop it up, boys. Chop it up.
Antonius again. Antonius wins 3 out of 4.
Yo, fucking.
Fuck.
I make a good
And he took the shot.
I had 6-7 in my hand.
That's why we have Jenna in the game.
I can't call though.
Look what I call him.
You like my race? Roll. You look all in. 40,000.
That's insane.
This is how we do it in the PAPC
What do you call?
casket.
Can I ask you what? Have a count?
Okay, one question for India guys.
Go for
You
it.
have a lot of money?
Okay? You cannot count Patrik because he's your
But I don't
friend.
have money. Cash money here.
You have take 2
You pay me
guys
heads up? You pay me heads up?
for a
You have to give
2-week
me 10%
holiday
discount.
Okay.
to Aruba.
10, no. 10% whatever I lose.
Jungle,
you give me 10%.
Sampo, Taddy,
know what I'm
and me.
fucking
I take you.
And which one else?
I take you.
I don't fucking care which one else.
I don't care. I take
Tell
you.
you what, 8 game I play a 10% discount.
What's the 8 game? I never
In
played.
all honesty, I take you.
8 game. Like triple draw, stud.
Let me down some wine while I tell you what I think about that.
We know only
Yeah, it's what I was saying earlier. It's definitely that this exact scene, the way this looks, I've noticed a lot when I played Underground High Stakes cash games. It happens a lot, especially if the table agrees to drink. There was a game that I played in and everybody had to do 3 whiskey shots to get started because, you know, the guy organizing it or the fun player, whatever, thought that he had an edge when playing drunk. So this actually happens a lot. It's just crazy that there's a camera on it, but all these guys knew it was gonna be this way, and all these guys said it's fine, film it. We don't care, we're all friends. So that's why if you're a little bit shocked that this is filmed, it's not. You know, these guys have been ordering shots from minute 1, and are absolutely fine with it. But I just want to reiterate that a few times because it's so crazy, you know.
Hey, hold on. I have to take a bathroom break.
Bro,
I haven't looked.
Yeah,
Hold
me
your
too.
hand.
I'll have a look.
No, privileges to host.
I don't care. I'm a nice guy. With a nice dream.
you're tight guy.
Laurie,
Pot.
segments.
800.
How many?
Okay, now I have the best hand possible to break you. How much?
800, sir. Can you put the cards in the box?
How much I lose this week? Fucking unbelievable, I lose so much.
How much you lose, bro?
Man.
I think everybody on the table is winning other than me.
This guy, Jungle Man, killing
Yeah.
the table.
We don't
Well,
care.
I'm not going to comment about Jungle
Time.
because he's an expected winner.
Time.
Tight. Come on, don't be tight. Don't be tight. They just push it.
How much?
Mission Impossible.
2,000?
Jungle, you can out.
And how much you have? How much you have?
This guy don't win. This guy don't win. When he
Sanpo, you're cool.
up, maybe.
Okay, I rest pot. Okay, I rest pot.
But I want you to like sober up. Drink water, bro. Drink water.
It's not a problem for me. Man, how's life going? What have you done? Except you don't do. China.
7-2.
China.
Dude, I'll show you.
China.
Mitä? Jos mun Oakley ei löydy, niin se on 1 viina, mitkä sä olit mun päästä, kun sä menit tässä. Se on 500 €.
Yeah, exactly.
Every fucking day. Let's go.
Paljon sulla?
That's all.
Yeah, some spot here for Hillary. This is not the kind of flop you hope to see when you have aces.
No.
On you?
You did?
How
I haven't played with him, but I won him money.
You don't get you know about it?
Yeah. Huh?
But why is you don't like
I played with Kevin Hart like once with.
Sami's bets pot. He clearly wants to go for it. He has aces. He has 2 times pot. He figures that Sampo
I keep hearing he's maybe okay now.
is going to be playing very loose.
What was going like?
He has a really good hand. This is exactly the kind of pot you're hoping for when you have ace 10 6 5 against a big raise before the flop.
You want to go all in?
Yep.
Okay. All in, all in. All in, all in. Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
So they're gonna go for it. I mean, Hillary Samias is not betting there to fold.
Stop playing home games after.
Jack on the turn and a 9.
But in India they're okay.
flush? Someone needs flush.
Whatever home games you play, like it
Wow, he gets it twice.
Okay, showdown, please.
Aces only.
He gets it twice, so Rinanen wins big.
So in India.
knows who you are, so you need to bring a veil to get to see it. And to show that.
Yeah, but if I'm gonna get cheated, probably they. I want to travel to India and maybe I'll play home games or something.
Yeah, you don't even have to play. If you just want to explore the house, just like let me know. I'll set up everything for you. Trust me on that.
17, 20.
I don't need permission from that.
He listen from you, young man. Teach the Indian player to play, then they can. It's a good market for you.
It's gonna be a bad day tomorrow for some of them.
Indian with money. Can you imagine?
Some of these guys are playing tomorrow again, so tomorrow we're playing.
The real money to be made.
Tomorrow we're playing No Limit Hold'em cash game. Some of these guys will be returning. I'm sure Patrik will play, of course.
Poker gets you to one level.
That's true, yeah.
After that,
yeah, you're right.
I'll introduce you to the right people, to the right sectors, to the right market.
What is the board? King, queen, 6, no?
So reasonable board for aces. Not gonna be super comfortable. Jungle Man is gonna think his jack is good like half the time and knows that a 10 will be good. There's a jack. That's a fantastic card for him. The out now actually goes down to 1 out. You need to use 2 cards from your hand, 3 from the board, so a 10 does not make the out a straight. He actually needs the only ace left in the deck. The out still blocks ace 10. So it's a really reasonable betting hand here. Of course, he just won a big pot earlier 3-way. So it's a nice stack. That's a 4. Jungleman is gonna get the check mark. So I mean, this is not an easy board. It's good now.
Check. You win.
Just checks.
Showdown, gentlemen. Yeah, can I show you? Jack, Jack. He catch turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fucking this guy.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Like it was a little bit of an audio issue. Some static, I think. I have some static issues sometimes.
Fucking lucky. You pay me with
So let's go to Jungle Man.
You have it.
If I know this, I will have it. Yeah. But I don't know.
Jungle Man on 140k stack now.
Very drunk.
It's on you.
Yeah, it's on
Okay, I call.
I raise the pot.
100 more.
Okay.
800 pot.
Big 5 raise pot, 800.
800 to call.
Tää on kuitenkin normaali, mitä tapahtuu. Niin
Why don't you raise?
Who raise?
I raise.
You want me to raise?
Yep, 100%.
I like you.
Fantastic.
I don't refuse you.
Alright.
I'm a gentleman. Ask me whatever you want. I am your dream.
6-9 raise to 6.
$2,500.
Like this is
I mean, you know, like he has a really reasonable hand here.
like this every time in Finland?
Again, he's just low cards against high cards.
Every second week.
Yeah. Drinking vodka.
Sweden same, no?
It's the same drinking. We drink, but not
Russia same.
We drink with control.
I would bet that I drank more than anyone today.
I believe you. I agree with you. I'm not against you.
On you, sir. Check. C2 checks. C5 checks.
Check.
C9 check.
Alright, I think sorry if my mic's having issues. I don't really know what's going on. I hope it's good now.
On me? How much?
500 for the
200.
2 hours, yeah.
You have the nuts too?
We're a little bit late on.
What?
Okay, I think I fixed it.
Yeah, but let's get it all in.
You give me a good price for why?
Let's get it all in.
It's like 25% of the price. How much is the price inside?
It's 10,200.
Inside that?
7,700.
Make it 5,500.
Bro, come on. Okay. Let's get another hand. I wanna pay too.
Okay, just go ruin a Majora
Yeah.
hand. Have the nuts.
So
Don't open your hand. No, don't do anything.
Okay.
Sampo gets out of the way, so we have a straight to the king, to straight to the ace.
How much the bet?
200. C5 bets 200.
You guys play so slow, it's crazy. Huh?
And raise 2.2 thousand.
Even I had a 3 aces, man.
Draw.
Alright. So Jenna wins a pot there.
Let's flip. This hand is a flip.
No flip, fuck it. I lose all the flips. I lose 7, 8, 10,000 flips.
2-5. Flip. It's okay.
Absolutely crazy scenes.
You have to flip.
You'll see there, another beast from Finland. So they're flipping. They've been doing 2.5k flips every time as well, so that's like a 10k win for somebody at the table.
Queen 6. I cannot lose. Cannot lose. Oh, you have this guy.
No.
No flush.
Okay, Queen 6, 6, 6. You're still good. You're still even.
What the fuck?
No, wait. I have one more card. What's this? I have one more.
Come on, Tina. It's not allowed. Knock it, man.
I'm fucking squeezing. I'm squeezing.
You call it Queen 6? No,
wow, flash!
No, there's no
flash.
No.
Flash.
Nice, okay, Jenna wins it with a flush.
6.
You had this?
Give me 3 diamonds.
No, not allowed.
What?
Not allowed.
You know,
you say Queen 6.
I say you are still good. I have always one card. It's my first flip ever. I win in like since 2006.
All right, so I'll update you guys on what happened. So what pretty much this is just like it's a home game that people decided to film. So before the game started, these guys have been going back like 15, 20 years playing poker together, playing pot limit Omaha, playing high stakes cash games. You know, they drink a lot. We've also had Zygmunt playing heads up against Joni Yukimainen, where they got him to they got each other to drink, and they started drinking a lot. They started wearing party hats. That was an EPT final table. So these guys do this a lot. Now, what they said at the start of this game, they said, all right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna drink a lot and we're gonna film it, and it's gonna get super fucking crazy, and we're gonna play only with friends, and it's only people that know or that we play a lot against each other. So it's actually like, it is crazy. If this was like a random production and these guys would be playing a random game and I'd be streaming this, I'd be like, I'm not sure. But honestly, like that's the brief I've been given about the game. So I'm pretty sure that this is not the first time that they're in this situation. I've seen this situation a lot, actually. I've seen this situation a lot happen when I played underground games myself. Even in casinos, you see this happen a lot. But people generally don't do it because there's cameras around. Now, these guys have said they don't give a fuck if the cameras are allowed or not. So that's why the game just continued. And, you know, like I said, they're all friends there. There's like 10 of their friends standing around the table just seeing what's going to happen and stuff. Yeah, it's just, I think that's a good point, Unthinkable. It's a group of friends having fun that happen to be filmed. So everybody's really aware of that. And yeah. So it's like when you just walk into the... Oh yeah, so the way this happened is the game got started. It's 30k buy-in. I think after 10 minutes, they said, let's do a vodka shot. Then they decided to, every time the dealer changes or something, to do a 2.5k flip as well. I think that Sampo is going to be leaving soon. But I think that he's at least 20 shots in. You know, Patrik too. Like, Patrik is drinking an obscene amount, so I think... I actually think that he's leaving. Alright, so I think that we're back to the game. I think that we had a small break. I think that Sampo left.
I want to see like a play. I raised the pot. Okay. Of course. Okay. Nobody has looks.
Patrik, I feel like you have
a very good
Even
camera. It doesn't matter if I'm like, if I have no memory.
I only call the girls. The girls are complaining. Huh?
3,000.
The girls are complaining, so I got...
Jungle, you call?
Yeah, I call.
Man. Of course. What else could you expect? What else could you expect? What do you have?
How much is that?
Whatever, pot.
Alright, so I think that the action is going to pick up again. We're still playing some deep stacked PLO, as you can see here. Really strong flop there for Biraju.
But he just called.
Fuck you, bro. Fuck you.
9,400.
What are you doing, Jungle? What are you doing, Jungle?
Yeah, man. It's what you wanted, right? It's what you fucking wanted.
What are you doing, Jungle? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Check. I'm all in.
Alright, this is a problem here. They're all in, but Biraju has the club draw. So he's actually free rolling Jungleman here. So Jungleman cannot win this pot, he can only chop. There it is. He hits the flush. That's a massive pot. Wow, Biraju free rolls Jungleman there.
Boys! Let's get a comeback going!
Give him a shot. Give him a shot.
Sorry, I can't.
Give him a shot.
No.
Give him a shot, Raul.
Win with a jack, you're right. I'm sorry, you guys are
Let's
right.
get it going!
Jack would have won it for jungle,
First
so...
part, one from Jungle Man. Buddy.
Alright, so... so it's nice hugging the guy, he lost a massive pot too. What a good sport, Jungle Man.
You want me to make it 400?
No. Zygmunt, you must show them you're a PLO legend.
Zygmunt, regardless of what his current situation is, he is a legend. Be a man.
Man, when Zygmunt puts on his loud voice, it's so deep.
Who is the nuts?
1,000.
Nuts against
I
nuts.
had nuts.
Who made it 1,000?
But there's two for
All in nuts, nuts. You get some extra options.
Steven, I thought you were gonna show people.
I'll make it 3,000.
What it's like.
Buddy, I have aces. Double suited. I'm not kidding.
I have three.
I
I
am
have
not
2, 3,
kidding.
7. I swear.
I'm not kidding. I have double suited aces. I have a super
2, 3,
premium hand.
2, 3, 7.
Like, Oh my god, not flush draw too.
Good luck, my friend. You win.
Thank you, buddy.
So it looks like from Biraju's stack, it says 70k, but he has. I would say this is like 90. So he has like 90,000 there. But it's because of the flips that the stack sizes get messed up a little bit. But it's good to know, so we know that how big that pot against jungle was.
I have 100,000 euro now. You have flash draw?
Once.
This is a massive pot again. What a cooler flop.
Yes, it's master. Yes or no?
Bro, I do it
Showdown.
once. I'm not gonna answer.
Showdown.
I'm not gonna answer. Go.
You have to show down. What's the rules?
Wow.
Once.
Showdown or not? Okay, once.
So we have Biraju with top and bottom pair with the nut flush draw against a sick rep, also with a flush draw. And that is actually going to beat Dove out. Winning 130k pot. They ran it once. What a sick showdown.
Yeah, it's okay.
Wow. What a pot. So some insane action here.
Everything. I have nothing. I have fucking 7 or 3 I win to win. Like 3 cards to win.
What do you mean?
I have here the flush draw. You don't see it? And 2 pair and the nuts. I get fucking lucky now.
You got so blocked.
60,061.
Make it 60, it's fine.
61.
Man, that makes you feel so bad because you're like, everybody's drinking and you're losing a lot in the game, and then you feel like you can make a comeback, and you flop like the world, and then immediately you just get felted. I really feel bad for him. That's very tough.
But when you play once, it's big variance. Of course, it's okay. You can win, you can lose.
Ben, he's taking his loss really well. I think everybody did. Lots of laughing. This is also very telling for the high stakes scene. Lots of laughing among each other. Lots of needling. And Jenna go out now with a massive stack.
Like I said, I have time in the deposit, so it will be in the morning.
Can you take it?
I have to take, I will take it in the morning. I cannot take it
I took all in.
That's why I ask if I will have my phone in the place here, but I cannot let it until the morning, the bank. The money is in the casino account, but I cannot let it until in the morning, the manager has to approve it.
I mean, we actually haven't seen that many out of line things. I remember one pot where Sampo called with Jack 10 6 deuce. That's like the only really weird decision I've seen him make, even though he was absolutely plastered. And the same goes for these guys. I think that Biraju, whenever he's lost a few pots, is getting a little bit looser, but at least he's doing it with aggression, you know, like 3-betting like he's doing now, with a double suited hand with a suited ace in it as well. So I mean, if you look at the hands that like Jungleman played and Antonius played and Zygmunt and Sampo and stuff, like I can't say there's anything crazy going on, you know. These guys are fundamentally so insanely good at this game.
Okay, minus 20.
What is this? That's
Can you
200,
put
man.
no. That's 1, 2, 4.
Make something with
What's easy, but I have.
It's good. 1, 2,
No,
and 4.
where's the ante?
Pot.
Where's the ante?
2, 7.
Make it 2, 5.
Yeah. You don't make it too fine?
Raise 2,000.
La Cucaracha, thank you for the 4 months.
Sure, it's more than that, but if you want to make
No.
it
Whatever, more, if more is fine.
So you decide 2, 7.
What's the
2, 7
pot?
maximum.
2, 7? Okay, 2, 7. I want to go max.
whatever.
Let's go, Ziggy.
I don't care too much.
I cannot.
7.
You see it?
You're earning very bad.
You remember him?
I can't say that I'm hoping
You
that
remember
you're
him?
better. At least you can. I'm saying I'm hoping you don't run any better.
We just
Jungleman's still well over 100,000.
Cheers. You remember her?
It's all hard boards.
See you.
Bottom 2 pair for Biraju.
You bet that?
And
She's your friend.
Jungleman flopped the 9 high flush.
What? Yeah, but I did. You don't remember?
Yeah, something like call it that.
You remember also.
Yeah, everybody back.
He actually gets there.
Sit 5 bet.
Yeah, the good man.
Biraju fills up, makes a boat on the river.
We are fucking drunk here. Seriously.
I'm not.
What do you have? 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 9,000.
You bet me.
What do you have? What do you have?
Drunk and they somehow
What do you have?
carried away.
What do you have?
We speak later, okay?
Huh?
What?
No, you want to do that? No? Nice start.
Yeah, so Jungle has a decision. Flushes are really common in PLO. That means that a 9 high flush isn't as good as it is in Hold'em. He's gonna make the call and he's got some bad news. Jungleman loses another one. Still well up today, but lost about 60k in the last 10 minutes. So I think this is gonna be the last hand that we're gonna be playing. Like, so if you ever had a guy sleeping at your table many times. Well, he has an 8 deuce and a 3 and a 7. It's actually nice when you play very short-handed. You can just look at your cards.
Yes. 100%. Okay. I bought blind. Yeah. Blind. Pot.
How much? Near Copenhagen?
4, 8, 12. Make it 15 on top. Make it 15 on top.
Huh? She was for half Swedish.
How much? Well, keep your hand. Keep your hand. Okay, go.
How much?
1.7.
The old pound is fine.
Patrik, you're gonna lose the sand. Go. He folded. Flop.
Are you fold or you fold? You fold.
But he's keeping his hand for the side.
So Biraju squaring off against Antonius here. Biraju with kings. Antonius with suited ace pretty much. That's it.
For sure.
Antonius is gonna float. Doesn't believe Biraju. Also the bet's really small.
Ironic, I try to copy what I say. Sarcastic, what do you call the word? Because she told me you've been she told me you've been 3 places without inviting me. And I invite her. One in Minsk, she came up and the second was in Rose.
You have been Jack? Huh? I think you should make it 6K.
No, we don't have any agreement.
Antonius thinking about something maybe.
Okay, just fold your hand. I don't want you to lose.
What she would do? No.
I'm happy winning the side bet with Jungle.
What side bet?
5K, 5K.
Yes.
And tomorrow probably have 5.
He's fucked.
Fucked up, that's for sure.
But what's gonna happen?
What does it matter?
This, okay.
What do you do?
I'm just gonna raise you to 11,000.
Wow, this looks so strong after all the talking. I mean, Biraju has the second nuts though. King's full.
You have like 15, 17 behind.
I'm all in.
You all in?
5.
I told you to fold.
Yeah, but you said it.
I told you to
How are you
fold.
gonna beat Jungleman?
I told you to fold.
You have nothing.
It was like a clear statement. I don't understand why you were all...
Oh, wow.
Well, it can't be that.
I had a bluff.
Well, wait, I got one out. I got one out.
Okay, go river.
Look, I got a queen, man.
One king?
I got a queen.
Oh, go, hey! River.
It's too late.
It's fine, it's fine.
Take one card. Just
Just you pick one card,
No,
okay?
No. It's
Here.
100% sure.
Alright. Alright guys, and with that we come to the end. of the broadcast. I didn't have to turn that light on. That's why the light is a little bit weird in here. So this was absolutely crazy. What we saw today. Yeah, I gave the explanation earlier. It's pretty much a home game between friends where they were drinking and they said, let's go absolutely fucking crazy today. I think they did that. This was one of the craziest things. Thank you guys for hanging out. It was really cool to do something different. Really buzzed with how many people were in here sweating it and watching it. You know, all of this is powered by, as you saw the flop logos, or here in the top right too. The flop logos. It's powered by the new app that has been launched with Patrik and Tony's 2 days ago. It stands for the first land of poker. The first land of poker. You can find it in your Google Play and in your Apple Store. It's pretty much to connect people from the live scene, to show people around where all the tournaments are going to be held at, where there's waiting lists, private games, whatever, card rooms, whatever is happening, so that people can connect through an app to actually find games and organize games. So something really cool for live grinders. You also get to add friends, see where they're playing, see what you've done, see how you've played, everything. Yeah, it's really cool. So this is not going to be the last PAPC. There's going to be many of these tournaments as far as I understand it. And let's hope that we get more of these cash games, because whatever it is, I know it's very edgy and I know it's borderline crazy to a point where sometimes, honestly, I was thinking, you know, I was thinking to myself, I don't know if this this guy is okay, you know, but like I said, there's friends at the table, there's lots of friends around there. You know, those guys know how to control it. They wanted to play a really crazy game, and for that, I really appreciate it, because it gives us content like we never see before. Like, this is legit the first time we've seen something like this televised. Wow, this is crazy. This was such a trip too. All right, love you guys. Have a good night.